Internet died. If you're able to. Internet. So, in lieu of my. The internet dying randomly reminded me. If you're able to, please consider donating to the current donathon. Even though I'm not playing XCOM 2 today, all donations will count towards the XCOM 2 donathon, which will add more lives to XCOM 2, and if I manage to beat XCOM 2, the game that wins the current poll going on, to decide what Donathon Arc 3 will be. Also, all money donated will help me towards moving out of my parents' house, and hopefully not having to deal with these internet problems, because I'm gonna need quite a bit of money to move out. I'm gonna need a bit more money to move out of here and make sure to get an apartment that I can move into. So if you're able to, please consider donating. If you're not able to, that's fine, or don't want to, that's fine. Thank you just for watching. Subs, bits, and gift subs do help, but direct donations help out more, because I'll receive the money you donate immediately. I don't think the chat box is working now. Hold on. Okay. So, to go back to what Detective Hark was saying right before the stream cut out. There was some fun stuff. It did look like there was some cool stuff announced during the Future Game Show. I didn't get to watch the Future Game Show, though. Because I'm not going to get to watch the Future Game Show as part of this. I'm not going to get to stream it because of the because it's one of the longer events, and I've only got so much time to stream today. I did see like the Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee remaster that got announced, which I'm very excited for that.
Communities through their love of wholesome and cozy games.
Get back to this.
A huge thank you to our co-hosts for being a part of this year's show.
I think this is another game I've heard of. Yeah, this is a game I've heard of. It's very peak. Hold on, I'm gonna mention the poll to see if it's working yet. Oh, the poll to decide Donathon Arc 3 is still going on. It is still going on.
Hi, Wholesome Direct. I'm Yepany Doodles, an illustrator and miniature clay artist. I encourage others to explore creative hobbies through my clay YouTube videos and my gamified co-working space on Twitch called the Bunny Space Station. Our community's motto is rest and self-care are productive. With that same restorative energy in mind, find your footing and open a tea house in this low-stress game about returning home. The best part, you can give the demo a try today.
Hi, I'm Wen.
I'm Felicia.
And I'm Brian.
We're the founders of Home of the Rich.
And this is our very first game, Froggy Brews, a cozy adventure game about a frog serving tea. Our demo drops today on Steam, so
I do
come
like
and brew with us.
frogs.
Hello Wholesome Games, we are Mel and India from Frontier.
And we're so excited to be here today to show you Planet Zoo 2, the sequel to one of our most beloved games.
Wait. Okay, hold on. Sorry, we've got some... I'm checking some things. Detective Hark says, it's time to start deducting lives when the internet dies. If we did that, the Donathon would have been over like a long time ago. Is this show? Okay, the YouTube site is showing. Wait, okay, sorry, hold on. I'm gonna have to go check out some of these games. Wait. Okay, so I've found some bad news, unfortunately. Hold on. Okay, so that Crazy Taxi, the game that was announced, Apparently, it's got Gen AI in it. Can't have shit. Can't have shit. So we use generate support for developers and provide better content to our users, enable developers to focus more on creative tasks. Bullshit. You used it. So yeah, okay. So that game's out. Sorry to the fans of that.
Planet Zoo 2 is a charming and cozy sandbox game where you
Sega
can create and
screwing
manage
it
your
up
very own
again.
zoo.
Today, we want to give you an exclusive look at the grey wolf, just one of the incredible animals in our game, each behaving and reacting in natural and authentic ways. And for the first time, flying and fully aquatic species join your zoo.
Now it's time to take a closer look at our grey wolf. Let's place down an enrichment item and see what happens.
Oh no, we woke one of the pups.
That's just one example of a range of new natural responses that you will see from your animals. Speaking of natural, this habitat looks incredible.
Okay, now the
Mel,
chat's
can you tell us
showing
how you
up
put
in
this together?
the
I wanted
chat
it to
box.
feel like a cozy nook for our wolves, so I made this autumnal forest as the setting for their habitat. The terrain tools make it easy to adapt your zoo according to your animal's needs.
Look at them drinking and swimming. We should also add more enrichment for our wolf pups to play with. They have a lot of energy.
And this is only the beginning. With the help of our ready-made blueprints and a huge variety of individual scenery pieces, Planet Zoo 2 offers you so much creative freedom where you can build the zoos and aquariums of your dreams. We
So
can't
I'm gonna
wait
have to
for you
check
to
out
jump
each
in.
of those games that I got interested. Yeah, that's one sad thing about this. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on each of those games that I'm
Once
interested
again,
to
a
see if
huge
they
thank
got,
you to these teams who
if they're
support
using
made
generative
today's
AI.
show possible.
Oh, okay.
The developers of our next
Do I count them saying cozy if it's in the name? I feel like I should.
game have been hard at work since its early access launch in 2024.
No,
And now, with
that's
help
just
of
the
its
title.
active player
That's just the
community,
title, so
they're
that can
back
be
to cut
featured
the ribbon
anywhere.
on version 1.0.
This is if
We're
they
also
say the
excited
word
to
cozy.
announce it's coming to Nintendo Switch and Switch 2. Welcome back to Go-Go Town.
What makes a perfect town? Let's go take a look and see. Could it be a bustling high...
Good city infrastructure and politicians that actually do the job they're supposed to.
street, or perhaps a sense of community? Maybe it's the wondrous sights attracting tourists of every variety. Well, no matter what it is, your town is far from it.
Also a good burger joint. You need a really good burger joint.
Roll up your sleeves, Mayor, and get to work. Now we're getting somewhere. What a quaint little town. Oh, I wonder what could be in those. Make this town your own. Make this town your home. Make this town for them. Make this town productive again. Will your town be wholesome? Or maybe not. So what makes a perfect town? Well, I'll leave that one up to you, Mayor.
Hi, Wholesome Direct. My name is Marty, and I create content mainly around low-stress gaming. Although when I first started out, that wasn't always the case. My community now is a space for people who love story-driven games, life sims, co-working, and immersive reading sessions. I especially love sharing gameplay on games that allow you to slow down, build something meaningful, and just exist in a more intentional
when you're
space.
at the end of this.
Speaking of, coming up next is a solarpunk MMO about building a more sustainable world together.
Oh, is it MMO?
Loftia is a cozy multiplayer world all about connecting with friends, both new and old, and building a more sustainable future together. Create flourishing neighborhoods across a variety of floating islands as you craft, decorate,
I
farm,
mentioned this in
and
one of the
adventure
previous
alongside
streams
friends.
this week, but yeah, I am noticing like a few more like
Express yourself through a wide range of character customization and home
smaller
decoration options,
like MMOs made by smaller studios.
and collaborate on community projects and adventures to help the world
Smaller
flourish
scale
and grow.
MMOs, I guess you could say.
After an exciting closed beta period, we don't have to wait long for more. Loftia is coming fall 2026.
Amber. Otter. Yeah, dang, Sega just really can't keep. Sega just can't help themselves with shooting themselves in the foot.
Don't forget, if you'd like to pick up this year's Wholesome Direct 2026 shirt designs, created in collaboration with the Yeti, visit wholesomegames.com. In addition to being a great keepsake for this year's show, a portion of each shirt sold will benefit Transgender Law Center, a trans-led organization working towards transgender liberation through changing law, policy, and attitudes so that all people can live safely, authentically, and free from discrimination, regardless of their gender identity or expression. Again, if you'd like to support this organization and get a cute t-shirt, visit wholesomegames.com.
Okay, another town building game. I'll just check to make sure the stream's still running. You know, I probably could, like, make the stream, make the stream quality, like, a little bit better if I were to just reduce the bitrate, just reduce the frame rate that I'm streaming at, like, drop it down from 1080p.
Hello everyone, my name is Patrick, and I run the channel Nintendo Talk here online. On my channel, we cover the latest and greatest cozy games, especially those that appear on Nintendo consoles, Pokopia, Tomodachi Life, Animal Crossing, even after 6 years. I also co-host a podcast called the Slow Burn Podcast, which
I really like that I finally was able to reach 1080p, and I like keeping it there.
Appears every Wednesday on every streaming platform, but enough of that. A new life awaits in our next game, a popular life sim with a special announcement to unpack today.
Well, maybe I should. Dropping it down to 720p probably won't affect much, and it might make the streams run a little bit better. Ooh, frog. Again. Oh, is this by the devs who made Unpacking?
Hello, Wholesome Direct. I'm Nimbly, your hyphen comforting friend and lore keeper. I love all things earthly and ethereal, creating trauma-sensitive and comforting spaces for gamers of all backgrounds, and I'm so honored to be an official co-host for the Wholesome Direct for the 2nd year in a row. In our next game, a peaceful summer day is interrupted by a flood. Let's take a look here.
Okay, we're actually gonna take a. Okay, shout out to this girl for all these Espeons. I love how many Espeons she's gotten here. That's like 4 Espeon plushies. That's awesome. I'm very jealous of the amount of Espeon plushies she has. I know nothing about Moomin except that there's like. In every friend group I have, there is at least one person who adores. In every friend group I have the one friend who adores Moomin. It's always one person. But yeah, in every friend group I have, there's one person who adores Moomin.
Let's take a deep breath together. It's time for one of my favorite Wholesome Direct traditions, the montage. These great games will go by quickly, but remember, you can find the fullest of titles after the show at wholesomegames.com. Now here we go.
Okay, we're gonna need rapid fire. Humblets. Okay, don't think. Humblets, Spiriki. Okay, here, we're gonna. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna take down the game window for just a second. Let me get out of here. I'm going to take down the game window for just a second so we all can see the titles. None of these look interesting so far. Or nothing has looked personally interesting to me so far. Oh, sweet. Mouse Adventures game? Okay, maybe this one. This one might be interesting. Okay, another Mouse Adventures game. I don't think I got to play it, but I remember, like, I played the demo of the first Toem and kind of liked it. You know, I'll add this one, Walk the Frog. I'll add that to my list. That could be. That looks like a pretty fun, like an interesting puzzle game. This looks well, that kind of reminded me quite a bit of Animal Crossing. Also, I have to keep an eye on the. I have to keep an eye on the stream in case it dies again. If it does, I'll try to bring it back immediately. You know what? Okay, Fossil Quest. I'll add that one. That appeals to my. That does appeal to my childhood dream of being a paleontologist and getting paid to dig up dinosaur bones.
We've reached the end of this year's Wholesome Direct, but the fun doesn't stop here. Be sure to head on over to Steam to support the teams and games shared in this showcase.
Our cozy counter
you can find a full list of all the games featured in our show today by visiting wholesomegames.com. And before we go, here's one last thank you to everyone who helped bring the Direct to life again this year. Jeff, Emily, and the Summer Game Fest team, our outstanding co-hosts, the developers and publishers who all contributed their trailers, our translators for making this event accessible around the world, our moderators for taking care of our online community, our artists Saffron who truly brought the concept of foraging for wholesome games to life with their artwork, and of course, to you for watching and supporting the show. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you. We'll be back this winter for Wholesome Snack 2026. Until then, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you then.
Okay, that is the Wholesome Games Direct. We already watched the Gravity Circuit 2 trailer and Destroy All Monsters Melee. Okay, which one of these next? I might do... We're about 2 hours into the stream. We got 4 hours left. Again, for anyone who's stuck around through those quality issues, thank you. I appreciate it, and I'm sorry that this keeps happening. Let's try... Oh, I didn't bring back the game window. There we go. I guess let's try the... Yeah, let's go with the Southeast Asian Games Conference. We'll go with that one. Let's fast forward a little bit. Yeah, okay, we're gonna fast forward this to the start of the show.
What's good, everyone, and welcome to the Southeast Asian Game Showcase 2026. I'm Michael Hyam.
I'm Samantha Lau.
And I'm Arif Johan.
We're excited to be back again this year, shining a spotlight on Southeast Asian-based developers and Southeast Asian-led teams from all over the globe. This year, we got a packed show with exclusive trailers, updates, and announcements for over 35 games from Brunei, Indonesia, Malaysia, the Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, and Vietnam.
We wanted to make sure that this year's show had the very best from Southeast Asian talent with everything from short teasers to long
we'll see how many of these we can get to, because I've only got about 4 hours left.
We also want to thank our sponsors: Games Combination Thailand Game Show, Gold Pack Goblins, MDEC, PM Studios, Raw Fury, Tokyo Productions, Xbox, and Ixola. Outside of the showcase, these organizations have all played an important role in supporting and championing Southeast Asian games.
All right, let's get it poppin' and kick things off with our first announcement.
Let's see. I might, I might see if I can stretch the stream out a little bit longer to get through all these remaining showcases. I thought this game was already released, or oh no, that might have been Card Shop Simulator. Spray season. I'm sure there's a lot of tabletop store game employees who would love if they could just spray the people who smell. Interesting to like basically make like basically your own kind of like Pokemon TCG game, and then
the music capital of the world.
And then in order to like kind of make it stand out from Pokemon, build like. Oh wait, hold on. No straight roads.
This time we're taking it too, and we're alive.
Forget what Aurora was talking about. No straight roads. This is one of the games that I should play on the channel. Okay, No Straight Roads 1 is one of the games I should play on the channel at some point.
The worst. All the drama in the music scene directly to you.
The Grand Quasar is a miracle of rhythmothic technology. When introduced to a surge of rad power, this carefully balanced beacon of science suddenly experienced a cascade of failures.
From Mid-Junction, your mission, which you can only choose to accept, is to travel across the peninsula and collect all pieces of Quasar.
Yeah,
Wait, that means...
We're going on a road trip! This is gonna be awesome!
I played
it seems to me that you guys are acting more like
from what
Tatiana's hired muscle here. We're not! Well.
From what I played, I played some of No Straight Roads 1, and it was a lot of fun. And so I really need to play. I really need to play all the way through it on the stream at some point, because it was a really interesting game.
I hate to see you down.
And of course, we'll have to get this when it comes out.
Instincts have never been wrong.
Rock on. Lime City waits for you.
It's about 52. Okay, it's less than an hour.
Hi, I'm Victoria Tran, and I'm the Communications Director at Innersloth, creators of Among Us. I also help run our indie game fund.
Among Us?
I wrote a book about community management, and I'm a partner at Wholesome Games.
Oh, I guess they are a Southeast
I learned
Asian
from the very
game
start
company.
how important it is to build a foundation for others to help them succeed and grow. And it's one of those things where Southeast Asian games really happen because we're able to tell our stories and explore our creativity, spurred on by the support of others that came before us. There are a couple of Outer Sloth funded games in the showcase, so I'm really excited to introduce one of them, which is Ho Games, who are hard at work on their game. And
Are they? Or okay, hold on.
Psst, Jeremy, that's your cue. And
what? Hey, my name is Jeremy Ho, and I'm the creative.
Is that My Little Pony?
And
what?
That is a My Little Pony comic.
My name is Jeremy Ho, and I'm the creative director and artist at Ho Games.
I'm Alvin Ho, and I'm the lead programmer.
Hi, I'm Allison Ho, and I'm the 3D artist.
And we're working on our debut game.
Okay, no, I got that wrong. Innersloth is based in Washington, but because they have their program where they're actually helping support indie devs, they're supporting some Southeast Asian games.
Am I Nima? Am I Nima is a psychological horror game where you play as Nima, a girl who has lost all her memories and is being trapped in the basement by her mother.
Okay, haven't played this, but I saw a demo of this game. I saw someone play a demo of this game. This game is freaky.
All you have to do is pass your mom's test and convince her that you really are her daughter.
In this game,
this game is really freaky. Like this is, I don't think I could play this game
words can also be combined
because of how psychologically horrifying it is. But it's a game that I think would be really fun to watch. It's a game that was really fun to watch.
Give you clues and insights into Nima's past, helping you prepare for mom's test.
When it comes to these tests, you'll use your newfound words to direct the conversation. Choose your words carefully, as they will change how Nima responds to her mom. Will you tell her what she wants to hear, or will you probe her for the truth? Here's a look at a new test, where Nima will draw pictures based on your words. Make sure to wishlist Am I Nima on Steam.
I can't tell if this would be the most. Oh, okay. It's one of those games that runs at the bottom of your screen. There's one of those that I am interested in called like There is one of those games that I'm interested in, which is basically like Mega Man Battle Network, but it runs at the like where you have your own net navi for Mega Man Battle Network, but it runs at the bottom of your screen. I played the demo for it, and I'm not sure about it, but it was at least interesting enough to where it's still on my wish list. Detective Park says, I'm all for Neko Atsume on a train. Yeah, it's a I've seen a few games like it, and the one I'm
Hey everyone, my name's Nito. I'm an actor and one of the producers at Sunset Visitor Studio. I got my start in games with Sunset Visitor's debut game, 1000 Times Resist, where I got to voice the role of Watcher. As a first-gen Vietnamese Canadian, I now realize how lucky I am to be able to harness 2 different cultures whenever I approach my work, building my life while honoring my heritage. 24, 58, 32. In this upcoming incremental horror game, you'll generate random numbers to earn cash. Use that cash to commit unspeakable sins. But be cautious, God is watching.
Okay. Meaningless random numbers. This is really unique. Like a really psychological math game. That is really unique. Okay, this is gonna bother me, but I'll have to remember the name of this game later. Dev Heart says, I'm kind of into this. I think if you're like really into like very like, that game was a very unique looking kind of game where it's like, I feel like if you're into that, you're gonna if you're into that or stuff like that, you're gonna be really into it. I like the art style for this game. Okay, the visual look for this game is great. I'm liking a lot of the character designs. However, due to my lingering trauma from working in a restaurant, I couldn't play this. Oh wait, okay, this I heard about as well. Hell yeah, more Gigabash. Thank God for Gigabash giving us like the best Ultraman game we've had in years. Yeah, this was another announcement I saw already. That Gigabash is getting more DLC. So we're getting 2 more DLC, 2 more Ultraman characters for Gigabash. One is Ultraman Zero. That's the fellow on the left. And then there's the main evil Ultraman Belial, who is the one on the right. It's what, phones now? Okay. Gosh, Gigabash is like we're finally getting some actual kaiju games with like Godzilla getting into Super Robot Wars Y, and although it's more a mech game that Godzilla is joining, and we're getting Godzilla Destroy. It was just announced that we're getting Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee remastered, which is awesome. But dang, Gigabash being like the Smash Bros of kaiju properties, with having Godzilla, Destroya, Gigan, Mechagodzilla, Hedorah, King Ghidorah, then the Netflix movie Ultraman, Chimera, Alien Boltan, Ultraman. I think this is Ultraman Gaia, Gamera, Gliron, and now Ultraman Zero and Ultraman Belial. So yeah, for those just joining in, welcome in. Hi, Pokemaster Keep. Hope you're doing well. So yeah, between Ultraman Zero and Ultraman Belial getting announced for Gigabash, Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee getting announced to get a remaster, and Tifa joining Smash Bros, confirming to be real. Excuse me, not Smash Bros. And she's not in Smash Bros. Cloud and Sephiroth are there. Even as much as I like FF7, 2 characters from FF7 is enough for Smash Bros. But Tifa joining Street Fighter 6. This is a great weekend for fighting games I'm into. There are a bunch of other announcements that were really cool for me.
Here, since we're little, we've been told about the culture of Gotong Royong, which literally means like staying together. And that's a culture that I also see in the game community, where you work together and support each other without expecting anything in return. And for me, that is as beautiful as flower.
Every time it shows one of these people like talking in their room or home office, I start being really creepy and just instantly my eyes zero in on like what plushies and figures they have.
Here's a game from Thailand where you manage a magical flower shop with help from a chaotic clueless fairy. Design unique bouquets, build connections, and join Puri on a wholesome, silly adventure about self-discovery.
Yeah, if you're just tuning in, welcome in. I'm watching, like, so far I've already watched, so far today I've watched through the Xbox Games Showcase and the Wholesome Direct, and we're now on the Southeast Asian Games Showcase, and we're going to try to get through a couple more. Okay, this is a game I know of. This is a game I know of I'm excited for. Yeah, Kid Bash Super Legend. This is a game I knew of that I am very interested in because it looks great. It's got a really cool art style. It looks like a lot of fun. I'm guessing this is another horror game. Yeah, it looks like it. Oh yeah, so this week, because this week was kind of an exception, so starting next week I'm going to be back to only being able to stream on Sundays, and it's just going to have to be I'm only going to be able to stream on Sundays, and it's probably going to have to just be more XCOM 2, because that's the game I'm playing for the Donathon. Because my work... The internet, while not being great for these past couple of streams, has mostly held together enough to where, like, we haven't had any disconnects until, like, earlier this very stream. But because the internet is still having some problems, and because my work shift just got changed to where I'm not leaving work until, like, 6:30 p.m., which means that, like, I have less than 6 hours left in the day after work is done. Because of those things, I really can't stream during weekdays.
Also known as Shaggy Beer Games, the solid dev behind Lost and Found. It's an adventure game that blends 2D,
So,
3D, pixel art,
unfortunately for now, I'm going to be back after this week. After today, it's going to go back to only streaming on Sundays. It will be more XCOM 2, which I am getting near the end of. I'm liking this game's mix of art styles. You know, just because I'm interested in... Okay, I will add this to my list of things to be that have piqued my interest, or that I found games that I'm excited for, because, well, I'm liking the mix of all the different art styles.
This year, I'm very excited to be able to pass the baton over to our friends at Twilight Foundry Games. This game is a narrative-driven management sim about rediscovering lost recipes and rebuilding the family restaurant. Journey through the rich tapestry of Malaysia's gastronomical culture in this upcoming title. Check it out and don't forget to stay hydrated.
Let's see, after this... Okay, we're about halfway through this one, and after this I've still got Gaming Pride Parade Day of the Devs, Frosty Games Fest,
stolen,
Women
you
Led
have to take
Games,
matters into your own hands.
Indie RPG, and Showcase, and Story
Play
Games
multiple
Showcase.
decks to their full potential. Keep track of my actions, that's essential. See how the grid is laid out real nice. I gotta pay attention or I'll pay the price. Give out biscuits to assemble my team. I'll be the best Tommy trainer the city's ever seen. Me versus the bad guys, who will the winner be? That all depends on my team's synergy. Winning's just the first step in my journey. I'll need a powerful build to show that I'm worthy. There's supplies all over and unique events. Let's hit a vending machine and see what I get. I'll travel the city to fight and collect. And meet lots of Montalvo that I need to protect.
Kind of interesting.
We got Kappa, Kara B, and Tygo, Cacto, Tonki, them, and Hydo, Wishley, Boldy, Chadel, and Celia, and...
It's
Who are you?
It's clearly like a kind of monster collecting game, but I'm liking like the battle grid setup.
Don't delay. Use an action to move out of the way. Build up your deck and choose your attacks. If you lose the battle, time to run it back. On top.
Yeah, I'm liking it.
Coming soon. Real soon.
That's a maybe.
Check it out.
You know, I'll add that to my list. That's a maybe, though. Okay, we're about halfway through this showcase, and then I'll take a short break, and then when I get back, we'll watch one of the other ones. Don't think I'd be interested in this one. This doesn't really look like my sort of thing. Seems very meme heavy. Yeah, seems very meme heavy, which doesn't really interest me.
Hey man, how you doing? Yeah, another sleepless night for me. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I keep having to dream over and over again. Wait, what? We need 2 more days? No, we've been stuck on this for 2 weeks, man.
Okay. Oh, it's guessing it's a deck building game. Oh, okay, it's like... Okay, it's one of those, this game is haunted games.
Hopefully you remember me from the top of the show. I'm Michael Heim, editor at IGN. You may have seen me on podcasts, videos, reviews, or at events, and all that good stuff. I've been doing this for about 10 years now, and being able to wield the Filipino-American working class perspective when it mattered has led to some of my favorite work, and I hope others have connected with it. I've also had a sharp eye on the rise of the Southeast Asian game development scene, and I'm so proud to see these works of art connect with people from across the world. One of which brings the wild sport of CPAC Takra to video game form. Think Extreme Kick Volleyball. And this game is kind of a mix between Smash Bros. And Windjammers. So check out CPAC U.
Fucking Master Cube says, are you playing this at 2 times speed? I am playing this at 1.5 times speed. Not too fast, but a little bit faster, just so we can get through all these a little bit quicker. Oh, okay. This could be kind of interesting. Yeah, this could be interesting. Yeah, I'll add that to my list. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Very creepy,
The Southeast
that
Asian
one.
Games Showcase 2026 wouldn't have been possible without our amazing sponsors. Once again, a huge thank you to Gamescom Asia and Thailand Game Show, Goldpack Goblins, MDEC, PM Studios, Raw Fury, Tokyo Productions, Xbox, and Exola. We also wanted to remind you that you can find the games in our showcase and even more Southeast Asian games on our official Steam page. Download demos and support the games that are already out, and wishlist the games.
Yeah,
that
that's
catch
one of
your
the
eye.
reasons I'm making
Your
this
support
big
goes
list
a
is
long
that
way
because
for
if any of
developers
these games
across the
have
region.
demos, I can
We
check
also
them
want to
out
give a shout
later.
out to our event partners all over the region who are organizing live watch parties of the Southeast Asian Games Showcase.
Hey, I'm Rizal. And I'm Cash. And we're two childhood friends making a co-op roguelike deck builder made to test your relationships.
Dual Quest
Okay.
is a game where you build decks and go on runs to make your build
Wait,
stronger.
hold on, who
like
was
any
that?
other roguelike.
Hey, I'm Rizal. And I'm Cash. And we're two childhood friends making a co-op roguelike deck builder made to test your relationships.
Dual Quest
That looked like a really tall goblin
is a game
lady,
where you build decks and go on runs to make your build stronger. Like any other roguelike deck builder, but with a quirky twist.
which
In the middle of battle,
which
you
has
ask
me
some
interested.
Personal questions you ask each other.
Pick a question you think your co-op partner knows about you and match the answers.
Dude, you have too many shoes.
Yeah, it's a problem.
If you match answers on each of your turns, you create awesome combo cards.
Okay, this could be a cool game, but I feel like you'd have to play this
How
with.
can you
It's like the
prefer
best thing in the
pizza
world.
over
You can have so
pasta?
much. I don't think we can be friends anymore. Get it wrong and you get punished, and your bonds
This
are
could be
From
a
a wide
cool
range of
game, but I
questions,
feel
you
like you could only play this with someone you're really close with.
Just don't blame us if your relationships don't stand the test.
Yeah, this does look like an interesting idea, like a cool idea for a game, but it does feel like you'd have to play this with someone you're really close to because of all the questions that'd be asked. That's probably not one for me. This kind of looks like an old art. Okay, this looks interesting. I'm loving the graphics. Oh, okay, so Scarlet Record, Mystery of Lost Curio. Yeah, that one I'll add to my list. That looked fun.
Hey everyone, I'm Samantha Lau. I'm a publishing director, narrative designer, and co-founder of the Southeast Asia Game Showcase. I'm also Malaysian and I'm currently living in Japan. Today I'm here to introduce an extremely heartfelt title with themes like romance, breakups, and a very Merry Christmas. Fall in love with the story-rich visual novel from Singapore. This is Merry Crisis.
Okay. Oh, the stream's breaking down again. Dang it.
Do you want me to do this again? No? Okay. Okay, I am starting. Hey, my name's Nido, and I'm one of the producers at Sunset Visitor Studios. Previously, before coming onto the studio, I had the privilege of voicing the role Watcher in Sunset Visitor's debut game, 1000 Times Resist. I'm the firstborn Canadian in my family. My parents are Vietnamese. My dad was a
I've heard a bit about 1000 X Resist, that it's like a...
I'm sure like most
like,
firstborn
I haven't
children
heard...
of immigrant parents,
The
there
main thing
is
I've
a
heard is
tension
that like it is
and
an
a bit of a push and pull
amazing
between
game.
The influences, the culture that raised us, and
But I
our
haven't heard much about
new
like what the
identity
game
in
actually
Canada.
is
The
itself,
reality
just that it is
both
like a
identities
really
can't
great game.
exist without the other. I think my Canadian identity informs my Vietnamese identity, and that's what makes it.
Deb Hart says that game title reminds me of the fun fact that we have a patient at work whose name is not spelled Christmas, but it's pronounced exactly like Christmas.
Studios. My mother is from Hong Kong, and my father is from Malaysia. One of the earliest photos of me is as a baby, hovering over a mahjong table, sitting
So
in
is
the
their
middle of
name-
our living room of our ancestral home. I
Is
spent
their
a
name
lot of my
Chris
childhood summers growing up
Mass?
in Malaysia, particularly in an area called Segapak.
Like
which is
first
on the
name
outskirts
Chris,
of Kuala
second
Lumpur,
name
and which is a place that really no one
M-A-S-S.
goes to visit unless they live there.
Well, I don't want to dox. Well, you don't have to answer that. I don't want to dox them.
Food, I think about Malaysian malls. I also reflect on the complex web of cultures, of languages, and of politics. As a kid, I naturally took all of this for granted, but I think a lot of these memories and early exposures have played a significant role in who I am and how I understand the world. My work is very responsive to my environment, and as such, I've made a point of returning to Malaysia every year to work, to live, to be, to eat. And more, I'm discovering how much the spirit of the place has always been present in my art, not only in aesthetic, but also in my instincts.
Jeff Harks is correct on no doxing, but it's even weirder than that. Oh, okay. Yeah, you don't have to say you don't have to say exactly. You don't have to tell me exactly how. We don't want to dox this. We don't want to dox this person.
And we look forward to sharing it with you soon.
I have dreamt so long of my body that I know everything about it. I have dreamt it into existence.
They say you think you're human.
What?
I am human.
GLaDOS? GLaDOS, but with a creepy human face?
In this place, where everyone takes their bodies for granted. I would never. When I meet my body, I will never part from her.
It seems like it's a game where you're trying to trick an AI with those square tests. Okay. Dev Harks is also, if you want a Canadian immigrant CEA game, Venba was nice. Venba, okay, let me take a look at that. Oh, I've heard of that game. Okay, Venba I've heard of. I'll add it to my wish list. It's on sale for like $5 now, so yeah, I'll add that to my wish list. This also looks this does look like a lot of fun. Yeah, I think this is a game I'm going to add to my wish list as well. This looks like a lot of fun. And it looks like it's going to be really difficult with just how much stuff is flying at you.
Let your Zodiac trials begin.
Dev Hark says, I got to play it via PS Extra. It's short but good. Okay, let's try... Oh, wait. Oh, dang. Which one's... Creek's Front Tactics. Okay, this is a game I've had on my wish list for some time. I've... Not Toei Productions, Toei Productions. Yeah, this is a game I've had on my wish list for some time. Because, I mean, it's basically looks like a spiritual successor to a front mission.
Hi, I'm Jun Chen from Xbox. As you've just seen, we're proud supporters of games from across Southeast Asia, and we couldn't be more excited to be back at the Southeast Asian Game Showcase. Now, let's check out Over Hours by Control D Studio.
So I have seen quite a few games in this showcase that I'm interested in. No Straight Roads 2, which I did know about because that was announced at some point. Gigabash getting Ultraman Belial and Ultraman Zero, which I was spoiled on that before this. Key Bash Super Legend, which I was already interested in. Lost and Found, Montabi, Hell Heartbreaker, Scarlet Record, and 13Z. So there were a couple of games I hadn't heard of before that I found out about here that I'm interested in.
Hello, fellow productive members of society. My name is Elwin. I heard
this is gonna be hard.
Play hard and work harder, so I'm here to present our latest project in development. Work. Work is a retro pixel art adventure game where you experience the surreal cycle of work, life, and death. You must find clues, gather information to uncover the hidden truth. The game takes place inside the Chiquetra company, where you play as a worker. It features familiar locations found in many workplaces, such as cubicles that promise full privacy, a pantry with free flow coffee, and an evaluation meeting hall designed to inspire productivity. Work began as a prototype released in 2023, titled Test. It incorporated alternate reality game elements. Work retains the same theme and gameplay, while introduced a new story and puzzles. Work is created by 2K Productions, specifically its Surabaya-based subsidiary, Mochiken Studio, the team behind games like When the Past Was Around and the Space Party Unbound. That's all I can present today. Stay tuned for more news on Work. Have a great and productive day.
Productivity enhancement
Hi,
software.
I'm Cole, director of Until Then at Polygon Games.
Hello, I'm Patrick Naval, composer for Until Then and its upcoming DLC Until Then After Images.
After Images is a DLC featuring 2 new short stories following Sophia and Mark grown up, along with brand new characters. In this DLC, we wanted to explore the lasting, silent undercurrents of grief, loss, and acceptance. We wanted to take on more mature and profound themes portrayed in 2 unique chapters.
I think the players will love the overall story we are about to tell, and we are really excited to share what we came up with as a team, and I hope that you are really excited to see it as well.
It's got really nice pixel art, but I don't know if I'm interested. It's got really nice pixel art. I'm not sure if I'm interested in this,
University
though.
of the Philippines, Diliman, where some of my colleagues and I went to college. The artists did an excellent job of recreating the atmosphere of Sunken Garden, as well as the places and buildings around it. It felt like I was back in time.
The most challenging part for me and the most fun at the same time in making the music for this DLC was probably the full band tracks. I also got to experiment more on writing songs on the guitar and some other instruments, and I'm really excited to break down some tracks when it releases, so I hope you can be patient with us.
We thought this would be easy because we made Until Then for years and already had experience making all these scenes. But the truth is, a lot of the environments, sprites, and characters in this DLC,
beautiful,
they had to be made from scratch.
art, but I'm not sure if this would be the kind of game I'm interested in.
Would take so much time, but in the end,
I'm not sure if this would be a game I'd enjoy playing.
We can't wait for you to experience After Images, our take on what it means to carry on living in the presence of absence.
Dang, they did a lot with this sprite work. I kind of want to get this just for how good the sprite art is. Yeah, I'm not sure how much I'd like playing it, but I kind of want to get just for how good the sprite art is.
And we're back with Hua 2. With this sequel, Hua blossoms into a fully 3D world, opening up a whole new dimension for exploration, puzzle solving, and discovery, while building upon the visual and musical heart of the original game. You can expect delightful brain teasers for puzzles, fun minigames, and plenty of adorable costumes to collect. We'll see if you can find them all. We're super excited to once again feature music by Johannes Johansson and Lauri Koivisto, whose heartfelt compositions fill every moment with warmth and soul. We cannot wait to have you play Hua 2 this fall. Till then,
we've now come to the end of the Southeast Asian Game Showcase 2026.
Okay, there was a lot of cool stuff introduced here.
Southeast Asia over on our official
Again, quite a few of it was games I knew, but yeah, there was still some really cool stuff that I found out about.
PM Studios, Raw Fury, Tokyo Productions, Xbox, and Ixola.
A special thank you to Jeff Keighley, Emily Ware, and the rest of the Summer Game Fest team for their continued support and the platform to highlight Southeast Asian games to the rest of the world.
Lastly, we're honored to be amongst such amazing company at Summer Game Fest this year. If you haven't already, check out all the amazing showcases throughout this week, and stay tuned for the Wholesome Direct.
Also, okay.
Take care.
Okay, so also, there was for the first time there might be some audio that is like muted in one of the streams, and that's because of the Hitman, and also because of that I now have a problem with I now have a vendetta against Hitman, the game that I like, because part of the audio for the Summer Game Fest stream might be muted because like the song Black and Yellow plays when they're introducing like Wiz Khalifa in Hitman, and that little snippet of the audio was enough to get a copyright strike on the stream, on the VOD. Okay, coming here to the end of this one, we're probably going to do Day of the Devs next, because there's another fighting game that I'm excited for, which I heard got announced, or that I heard got a trailer shown during Day of the Devs. So, yeah, we're going to go... Okay. I'm going to take a short break, and when I get back, we'll watch Day of the Devs. That'll be the next one we watch. So I'll return in just a little bit. Okay, I'm back. So now on to Day of the Devs.
It's gonna be like really, really new. It's gonna be. Oh, hello. I'm Tim Schafer from Video Games. I was trying to come up with a whole new term for world premiere because this edition of Day of the Devs has so many world premieres in it, more than we've ever had before. I think it demands an entirely new term. Day of the Devs, as you know, is a 100% nonprofit where our all-volunteer curation committee finds and presents the best in new games for you, and also a chance to meet the developers who made them. So while I'm working on this problem, you just sit back and enjoy Day of the Devs.
Okay, premiere. So yeah, I'm sad I didn't get to watch this immediately after Summer Games Fest, but I do know that there's like at least one game here that I already know about, and I'm excited to see it get a trailer. And in keeping with this...
There's nothing I'd dread more than having to make a top 10 list of video games, but if I did, I'd definitely put Nidhogg on that list. So I'm very excited to show you a world
And in
premiere
keeping with this list of games that I'm really interested in, how things have been going for me this week.
I'm Mark Essen. I'm the creative director.
In keeping with how things have been going for this week, it's another fighting game.
2014 hit Nidhogg, which is a fencing tug-of-war game with flying worms that eat you at the end. More recently, we came out with Wheel World, an open-world bicycle racing game about saving the world. I love making games. I've been making games since I was probably 15 years old. It's something I do for fun in addition to my job. So at night, you might find me just sketching out ideas for little games and sending them around to friends, which is how Blood Dungeon was created. Blood Dungeon is a platforming game where you're not just standing on platforms, you're crawling on the sides of platforms, you're hanging from the ceilings, you're walking across tight ropes, you're jumping onto nets, climbing ladders. It's not a Metroidvania, you're not like learning these skills over time, so you can think of it like Vampire Survivors crossed with Spelunky.
Okay.
I really miss like animation and just being able to hand animate pixels, and so it was fun to just churn them out, make lots and lots of silly little characters.
Gosh, I wish I could have animated. I wish I could have been drawing while watching all this. I tried. Part of the reason why the stream was a little bit late was because I was trying to get the viewing window set up to where while watching these I could draw, and
It's really a game about routing.
I would need a third monitor in order to get this set up. I need a third monitor connected to this computer to get that set up.
A character that you really connect with, based on the art or just the way they move. So I'm excited to share it more widely when it comes out later this year.
The coolest thing about video games is that anything is possible. However, it is likely impossible that you could guess what this next game is.
Oh, Tenebrae Somnia? Ha! Called it! This is another game I played the demo for and I'm really interested in.
Hello, I'm Andres Borbi, and
the demo I played for this was
and we are very
amazing.
excited to show you Tenebrae Somnia, our game, which is a retro survival horror with live action cutscenes.
Yeah, it's like an 8-bit horror game with like, and I think I've mentioned this on the channel before. They have fully live action cutscenes.
That's right, these insane madmen actually played in a live action horror movie made by a professional production company and an award-winning special effects team right here in their Fixel horror game.
I almost wish it, I get why they're advertising it because it's a big hook to the game, but I almost wish it wasn't because I didn't know this when I played the demo, and it was such a shock to see it was such a shock to switch from the 8-bit pixel art to the live action cutscenes.
So the story of Tenebrae Somnia follows Julia, an Argentine girl who's having nightmares every night about her ex-boyfriend Ivan being killed by horrible monsters, and she finds out that the nightmare's real, and now she's trapped inside. Tenebrae Somnia has classic survival horror gameplay that you would remember from games like Resident Evil, but it has this super retro, chunky pixel aesthetic, and in order to survive, Julia has to solve puzzles and collect items and also manage her consumables if she's going to make it through.
Yeah, this is, whenever this releases, this is going to be a game I have to play on the stream.
On streaming, and I said, I would like to do something like this. Yeah, and in 2023, Dave Autry came to me with the trailer for Tenebrae Somnia, and he said, hey, I want you to check this out, and let me know if you think this would be a good title for us to publish.
Well, I had known Andres and Tobias and the guys at Cybot Studios down in Argentina for quite a long time, and I knew how much faith inspired Tenebrae Somnia.
So I could publish.
Well, I had known Andres and Tobias and the guys at Cybot Studios down in Argentina for quite a long time, and I knew how much faith inspired Tenebrae Somnia. So I said, guys, there's really only one way we're making this game, and that's if Erdorf signs on as executive producer.
Andres was the director of one of my favorite horror short films, Alexia, and so I was really excited. I immediately said yes. I didn't put it together at the time, but I think it was just a weird, evil twist of fate that we get to work together now. It's something that hasn't been done in a really long time, specifically combining this retro-style gameplay with live-action scenes that look this good. And besides filming on sets, they also filmed on location in several places in Buenos Aires. These cutscenes bring a lot of talent from the film industry in Argentina and also television and also the theater industry. And also the monsters that you see in pixel form during regular gameplay make an appearance in live action, and they were achieved using practical and digital makeup and monster VFX by an awards-winning special effects team, and absolutely no generative AI.
Hell yeah.
The game and the special effects team, and absolutely no generative AI.
Yeah, this is one of my most anticipated games of the year. The more I found out about this game, I was already excited after this demo, and the more I found out about it, the more excited I get.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity to show you Tenebrae Somnia. Please look for Tenebrae Somnia later this year on October the 16th on PC and consoles. Tenebrae Somnia, Retro Nightmares, Real Life Horrors, October 16th, 2026.
Get ready to get your groove on with our next title, Mr. Records.
Oh yeah, for Genius, welcome in.
You'll meet in a moment are also its
So
composers.
for those just
cool.
coming,
French developer Glitchy.
For those just coming in, I'm basically like, I've been spending the week watching the different game showcases for Summer Games Fest, and this is like me just trying to like all the ones I haven't gotten to yet, just like watching them back to back to back. So that's what's going on.
Has put together a combination
A lot of great announcements this week, especially I cannot describe in words.
What people call that now.
I cannot describe in words how excited I am for Tifa coming to Street Fighter 6. Also, Final Fantasy VII Part 3, Final Fantasy VII Revelation looks really good.
Composers and game designers behind Glitchy Studio,
and a whole bunch of other games look really good.
Our small studio focuses on crafting innovative music games, and today we'd like to introduce our new project, Mr. Records. This is George. He has an extraordinary gift. He can travel through music. As soon as he hears the first notes of a record, he's transported into vivid worlds where he interacts rhythmically with the environment and unfolding events.
So yeah, we're just watching all these different showcases. Also, I'm playing like a little bit of some Switch games in the background, or to the side. So we've already watched the Xbox Game Showcase, the Southeast Asian Game Showcase.
When he's not exploring these musical worlds, George runs his record store. Every journey completed becomes a vinyl available for sale in the shop.
The Southeast Asian Game Showcase, the Xbox Game Showcase, and the Wholesome Game Direct.
Everyone has their own way of expressing what they're looking for, along with a distinct personality.
We're going to try to fit as many more as we can in the remaining hours of the stream. I'm going to try to fit in as many as I can in the remaining hours of the stream.
Selling records allows you to acquire new ones to play, forming a fresh and surprising gameplay loop.
As composers, this record shop setting is really inspiring, as it gives us the freedom to explore a wide range of musical styles.
So this is George's life, told track by track. Over 45 songs, each tied to a moment, a memory, or a feeling. We had so much fun creating and recording all those songs, and we'd like to give you a quick review of the result.
I'm sitting in my armchair and I don't know what to do or what to say. I knew it was life.
If the stream does go down again, I'll try to bring it back as soon as possible.
We're a small team of 4, and we've poured a lot of heart into this game. There's just so much more to share about Mr. Records, so stay tuned for more.
I am really glad that they're like made their own original songs for. I am glad that they made their own original songs for this instead of using like licensed music.
In the spirit of camaraderie with fellow Canadians, Day of the Devs alums, and makers of Spiritfarer, here is Thunder Lotus with some exciting news.
Hello, my name is Jen, and I'm a game designer.
I'm Stefania, I'm our director. We're from Thunder Lotus in Montreal, Quebec, and you might know us from our game, Spiritfarer.
For the past 7 years, we've been working on something quite different. Our latest game, 33 Moments. How many games have you played where you really wanted to play with random strangers?
How many times have you felt the primal thrill of defeating massive enemies in epic raids without the stress, the grind, or wondering if you're good enough? Welcome to 33 Immortals, our co-op action roguelike for 33 players. No waiting around, you jump straight into the action through instant matchmaking.
So 33 players running it at once. Okay, well it basically seems like a giant MMO raid
You can play solo if you want,
in a smaller
or
scale
with
game.
1, 2, or 3 friends, because in 33 Immortals, everything is about cooperation.
We spent a lot of time designing the game so that you want to play with others, even if you don't know them. There's no voice chat in this game. You use in-game emotes to communicate with your fellow rebels. Combine your strength, whether you're a tank, specialist, ranged, or melee player, and push forward no matter what. You will die, and that's okay. Because with every run,
wait, is this finally coming to other consoles? I guess so.
What you're up against is nothing less than the wrath of God. And the best part, you never face it alone. You face it together. 33 Immortals releases this summer.
So come join the rebellion.
You know, sometimes in life, there are things that just make you want to give up and go fishing. An apocalypse that ravaged the Earth and left us in a world filled with Lovecraftian nightmares and mutants might just be one of those things. So pop on your way to Floats and grab your lures. From Dream Dock, this is Dreadmore.
Hi,
oh, okay, not
I'm
Dreadmore.
CEO of Dream Dog Studio, and today I'll be talking to you about Dreadmore. Dreadmore is a first-person fishing adventure game set in a world where long ago a catastrophe took place, changing the land, water, creatures, and the people who survived. Now it is a dark, dangerous place that is flooded and rotting.
Ah, so Dredge, but Louisiana.
A fishing boat that is your lifeline in this world, but that also means it is your responsibility to keep it fueled up and repaired. You can go on the land, walk from place to place, and meet the people living in this world. Those people can be quite strange, but you'll find that as you talk to them, you'll pick up quests and learn a lot about the
Jeff Hart says 33 Immortals came out a year ago. Oh, okay.
The most important part of the game, fishing. We made sure that fishing is not just
more
a simple
fishing.
game.
More.
You start by checking
Every
the water,
game
casting
must
your
have
line,
fishing.
And then you wait. What happens next depends on what bites. Every type of creature needs a unique way to catch them. The right rod, bait, timing, and some need a completely different approach. And if you want to catch the rarest of creatures, you'll need to be at the right place.
Jeff Hart
at the
says,
right
so it must have
time.
been 1.0
Anything you
releasing.
catch can't be sold to traders or broken down to use for crafting. You can also scavenge and salvage materials that you'll find. You use a harpoon to pull in floating debris. One man's junk is another man's treasure. If you want to go deeper into the game, you have to craft bait, harpoons, medicine, and gear. Very often you'll need to make what you need from what you can gather by yourself. There are many things we haven't shown yet, and I'm sure that you'll be surprised by what the game has in store, so make sure that you wishlist the game and join our Discord to stay updated and get more information about our game. Thanks for tuning in, and welcome one and all to the world of Dreadmore.
That does look interesting, but I'm not sure if I.
News from a game we've been following for quite some
I'm
time.
not sure if.
It's from a
Okay, that
Canadian
does
studio
look
that knows
intriguing,
their
but
retro.
I'm not sure if
Welcome
it's
to the end.
piqued my interest enough where I'd want to get it. This, however, this is something. This is what I'm into.
Hi everyone, I'm Nick. And I'm Robbie. We're the co-founders of Real Games, a small Canadian indie studio. Back in high school, the two of us made a promise to each other that we would one day make a love letter to
Oh,
the
Threads of Time. I heard about this.
Games
Yeah,
like
I remember
Chrono Trigger,
seeing a trailer
Final
for this.
Fantasy, Xenogears, the sorts of games that we played right after school, huddled next to a CRT, and the kind of games that decided what we wanted to do growing up. That was over 20 years ago. A few years back, we walked away from our jobs to actually go and do it. The game is called Threads of Time, a turn-based, time-traveling RPG. Some of what you're about to see here today hasn't been shown anywhere else yet, including the first look at our time ship, the Needle. You captain the Needle, and you fly between
Yeah,
the
this game
eras
I'm really
and
into.
gather party members
So
from
this is
across
peak, you
history,
say?
all in a quest to restore the order of the fallen Time Knights. You
No, this isn't peak. No, this isn't peak. I think.
can go to the future.
Although we
you can
might
go
see an
to
update for
history
that
and see
game.
the
Although we might
dinosaurs,
see like an
and if you'd
announcement or
like,
some
you can
update
prevent
for
them from
it, or
extinction
of an
and
update
see
for that
them
game.
evolve through time. Combat is turn-based, the kind that we grew up on. Each character manipulates time in their own way with the goal of interrupting enemies' attacks. How you bend time is key, as are combos between party members. Time is the through line for our whole game.
This looks
and you'll definitely
really
feel it in
good.
combat. The team that we put together still does not feel real to
Like
us.
visually
We've been
and
able to find
gameplay
all
wise.
these JRPG fans from across the industry, from AAA veterans to indie darlings who worked on games like Shovel Knight and Deltarune and more. We're also super fortunate to work with legends from Japan, whose work on Final Fantasy, Xenoblade, and more is part of why we're here today. We can't wait to share more about these legends that we're collaborating with soon. Threads of Time represents our lifelong goal to create cherished game experiences, just the way like
Also,
others did
hi,
for us
Sleepers,
back in the
welcome
90s and
back.
beyond. That's our mission that we set out at Real Games. Craft retro-infused RPGs that awaken cherished childhood memories. So that's a bit about us and Threads of Time. It means a lot to show a glimpse of what our team has been up to, and we cannot wait to share more. Thanks so much for having us at Day of the Devs. Bye, everyone.
Yeah, this game looks really sick.
It's not often you get to world premiere a game that's
So
been in
I
development
decided
for
on
2 years,
Hibachi.
but here we are. I first played this game back in 2004. It's since gone on to be released in multiple fashions, and I'm excited to show you the next evolution.
Oh, hi there.
Hi, I'm Mare.
I'm Reagan.
And we're MetaNet Software. You might have heard of our games N, N+, and N++.
Today we're delighted to announce that we're back on our bullshit with a little something we like to call N plus infinity times 2.
It's an all-new, online multiplayer-focused iteration of the world's best platformer.
Yeah.
And we're so excited to tell you all about it here at Day of the Devs.
For those who aren't familiar with our games, they're a bit different from other 2D platformers thanks to their unique momentum-based movement mechanics that give them their own distinct flavor.
We call it parkour platforming. So you play as a ninja, gracefully and effortlessly flowing through the levels.
It's all about pure distilled gameplay and game feel that you can't get anywhere
Yeah,
else.
Threads of Time. That is a.
N plus infinity times 2.
Whenever
It's not
that
so
comes
much about
out,
hardcore
I'm
single
gonna
player experience.
absolutely will have to
Although
play
there
that.
will, of course, be a solo campaign for you to hone your ninja skills. Instead, this one is about platforming with your friends. And if you don't have any friends, no worries. There's matchmaking.
Ouch.
We've
I mean,
taken our
fair.
unique brand
I mean,
of
thank you,
acrobatic
but
virtual
ouch.
athletic 2D action gameplay and used that as a foundation to build 5 fresh, local and online multiplayer game modes.
Some game modes are tried and true staples, some are new to the series, and some are new to the world. Mingle player, co-op-petitive. With this game, we're really Ouroboros-ing the lexicon.
You'll be running around with your friends, luring enemies into your opponents, making the ultimate sacrifice for your teammates, and hunting each other with rockets.
That's my favorite part.
There are only 3 buttons, so it's an easy game to get into, and anybody can pick it up and play it casually at a party. But there's no skill ceiling, so it also supports legit competitive play.
We like to think of it as couch-ready, tournament-worthy.
We've been making this series for a disturbingly long time, and we're very excited to put our 2 decades plus of game design experience into your hands. This is going to be launching sometime next year on all the platforms.
If you want to get a taste for yourself, please head over to our Discord and sign up for playtesting. We can't wait to play with you and see what you think. And most importantly, please wishlist N+ Infinity x 2 on Steam so the algorithm doesn't hate us.
Thanks so much, Day of the Devs, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Thanks. Bye.
Sometimes a game transports you through the looking glass into a world that you can't help but be fascinated by. Our next title, Into the Unwell, does just that. Swedish developers
okay.
such a good
I remember
have
seeing
created
the trailer
an
for this
action roguelike
game.
with a wild, unique world,
When
either
it was
for
initially
solo or
announced.
with
I
friends.
forget at what,
So
but I
settle in
remember,
and
yeah, I
get ready
remember
to
seeing
hear the
this
story
was
of one
initially
strange cat.
announced.
Oh, hello there. My name is Morten. I'm working on a small Swedish indie studio called She Was Such a Good Horse. We're working on a game called Into the Unwell. It's a rubber hose roguelite game.
Hey, dude, you made it! Come sit down. I was just about to tell a little story. Have you ever heard about this very unlucky cat? No? All right. So he was just walking around town, and I always wondered, how did he end up in this situation?
I do like the... I am a big fan of rubber hose. Like, I am a big fan of how many games nowadays are getting like rubber hose animation influenced by like rubber hose animation. I'm not sure this is one that I'd want to play though.
One day you met some cute and odd-looking friends. They tried to work it out, and it was all over.
The animation looks nice, but I'm not sure it's like... I'm not sure the gameplay is for me.
But no, he failed. Anyways, the moral of the story is...
It's always a pleasure to debut games and Day of the Devs that intertwine the personal stories of their creators. This world premiere is intimately special and worth paying attention to.
Okay, just gonna watch some highlights real quick. Check some notes. Where were we? What the hell are we doing? Come on, focus, focus, focus.
I'm Case, and this is Pub, a narrative adventure game about making art, healing, and New York City.
Hey everyone, I'm Todd Anderson. I'm a software artist, poet, and educator based in New York City, and I did gameplay design and code for Pub.
Okay, we're almost halfway through Day of the Devs.
Whether that was
And
with
we've
pencils
got
or
a
markers
little
or
less than
scissors
3
or
hours
collage,
left in the stream.
whatever I could get my hands on, really.
And I wanted to create a gameplay structure that showed off all those different
So
styles.
I
and
might
different
have to
worlds.
cut
The
out
main story takes place in New York City, but Bub is an artist, and he's constantly bringing the player into his memories and into his art. So you might dive from a pen-style New York City directly into a childhood school hallway and into a show choir performance where he's nervous if he'll be able to dance correctly.
It's that approach that gives the game a very textural
Yeah, I
feeling.
might have
And those
to
textures
fast
mimic
forward
the
through one
emotional
of these,
underpinning
which
that
I'm
you
not
see.
sure which one to do
3 years
that
ago,
for.
Todd and I were making really good progress on the game. We lived in the same neighborhood in Brooklyn, and in the afternoons we could walk to each other's houses.
We'll see. I'll
and
just
work
keep
on
watching
Bub.
as many as I'll just
But
keep going through
something
watching as many as I
unexpected
can, and then we'll
happened,
see
and
where we're at
I
once it
got
gets to
really
like
sick
7 p.m.
and was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. And during that time, I lost a lot of my vision, my dexterity in my hands, and it was basically impossible for me to make art. So Todd and I focused on our friendship, and I focused on healing. And little by little over time, the old connections that had always existed in my brain, the ones that told me how to make things and how to use my hands, they started to come back. I had a choice. I could keep looking down into the bottomless pit of despair, or I could focus on how many good things had happened to me in my life, how many good people I'd met. I decided to go there and focus on gratitude, and that's become a central theme of the game.
But it's ultimately a hopeful story and about drawing connections between your own hardships and difficulties and using that to connect with other people and appreciate what you have and share it with others. Bub is also a game about New York City. It's a place that both Case and I have lived and made work for over 10 years, and we wanted to capture some of that energy of being a young person, figuring out what you care about and how to say it, alongside a bunch of other people that are just trying to do the same.
Yeah,
We've been lucky to collaborate with our talented friends.
We'll just have to
Adam Schatz has laid down an amazing blanket of music and sound throughout the entire game. Asher Kurtz has written beautiful additional guitar music for the project as well. Whitmer Thomas, fresh off of his supporting role in the film Weapons, is the voice of Bub.
Life used to feel like...
This
like
does
a
have a
coming of
really
age that was
unique
never
art
gonna
style to it. This is another game that has like a really good art style to it, but I don't know if I'd actually enjoy the game. But I don't know if I'd enjoy the gameplay of it.
And our friends at Some Point Sound have built a rich layer of effects that's really bringing the game to life. We're so excited to share this game with you in 2027. And please follow along with us at our Steam page. And thanks so much.
I first met Mike Boxleiter in Iowa over a decade ago when he was making incredible mobile games. He went on to create Secret Hitler, which is a huge success in the board game community. Now he's back with a few friends to make a new video game. They're here to show
Oh,
you.
wait, actually, I think I have heard of that board game.
Hi, I'm Mike Boxleiter, creator of Lazy River.
Oh, this is another one. Okay, this is another one of these friends messing around games. Or at least it looks like it. Okay, there's zombies on this one. All right.
Lazy River is a co-op first-person shooter set at the galaxy's most unregulated water park, Water Station 1. The water park is connected by an infinite lazy river that runs the length of the park. Since the water park is on a space station, they can only use special space water. Because of the special properties of space water, you should not pee in the pool. If you do pee in the pool, the pee will go back up into you and turn you and everyone else in the water into zombies.
What?
You and 3 friends are at the park for a fun vacation, but one guy peed in the pool, and now everyone else in the park is a zombie that wants to kill you. You'll need to build a raft and ride the lazy river to the other end of the park to escape. The first objective in the game is building your raft. It's your floating base, your greatest resource, and the strongest weapon in the game. Start building by gathering inner tubes and lashing them together. You'll have to leave your raft to scavenge for materials from around the park, however.
This is an odd,
the whole
but
place is infested with
kind
zombies,
of
but lucky for
intriguing
you,
idea for
once the
like a
zombification
co-op game.
process is finished, the zombies are vulnerable to water. Fight them with pool noodles, water guns, and water balloons, and make your way back to the raft with your loot.
Yeah, using pool,
On your raft, you're safe
using
from
like
zombies.
pool
Unless you get
toys
some
to
hot
fight
dogs. You're gonna get hot
zombies.
dogs.
Okay, you know, I'll add this. I'll add this to my list.
Hot
It's
dogs
like
on the grill to regain your strength.
it's kind of
Use
unique.
scavenge materials to craft
It's
armor,
unique enough
turrets,
to where
and
I'm kind
engines
of
for your
interested.
raft. Make sure to build something balanced and don't make it too heavy. A raft that can't drive straight is a sitting duck. Build smart and create your own custom floating fortress.
Are we some trouble afoot?
You'll need to choose your path along the river carefully. The robot security forces will set up blockades and strong defenses. Get too close, and they'll shoot out your inner tubes and damage your raft. And make sure not to set up the park alarm system. Setting out the alarm will start the park's self-clean cycle, which will obliterate all organic life in the area. That would really ruin your summer vacation.
It's maybe moving a little faster than we're moving.
I've been making this game with 4 other amazingly talented devs from across the country. We're excited to announce Lazy River is coming to early access next year, summer 2027. Please wishlist us now on Steam. Thanks so much.
Yeah, I'll add that to it. I'll add that. That looks fun.
Alright, we'll have these on earrings before we die. Our next title is as complex and thought-provoking as you'd expect from developers Sunset Visitor. The Vancouver-based studio created Peabody-winning 1,000 Times Resist, and their next game is looking just as intriguing, innovative, and slightly unnerving, in the best way. I'm so excited to present Prove You're Human.
I have dreamt.
Okay, yeah, this is the game we already saw.
That I know everything about it. I have dreamt it into existence. They say you think you're human. I am human.
Oh, welcome. My name is Pinky. I also go by Natalie, and I am narrative
Okay, we
designer
already
at
saw the
Sunset
trailer
Studios.
for this
In
one,
our
so I might.
upcoming game, an AI
Okay, we already kind of saw the trailer for this one, so we'll just go ahead and skip past it.
My first project in games was it's where she's able, but also all of that and macros. Having them be able to suggest is like 17 different set mess up.
Don't mess up a bomb. Quirk.
Hails from Paris, France, from a developer who isn't afraid to peel away the layers of the humanity onion.
Ah, video games. They should always be fun and lighthearted and designed to make us forget about all the worries in our lives, right? Right? Wrong. I'm Florent Morin from the Pixel Land.
Well, as some of the games I've seen, apparently some devs really don't feel about that. Don't feel that
We
way.
are known for making video games about the most depressing topics imaginable, like forced migrations, or grief, or child abuse. Also, we made one horseback riding game, but this one doesn't count. But why would we do that, you ask? Well, it's not just because we are a bunch of mean, depressed French wannabe existentialists. Of course we are, but we also believe in the power of video games to tell stories that you will care deeply about. Stories we can't afford to ignore. So let me tell you about Ithaca. In this narrative road trip RPG, you play as Penelope, a 30-something environmental rights lawyer who spent the last decade trying to sue big polluting companies and failing miserably. Today, you hop in your car and decide to drive to a place called Ithaca, where you're supposed to meet with friends from the Earth Protection Association you just joined. A perfectly normal thing to do, except there's the boss of a big petroleum company tied up in front. Ithaca starts at the game where you, the player, have to figure out what's going on. From the comfort of your vehicle, you'll be able to call and text Penelope's friends and family. You'll get to know her better as she pretends everything is normal. And as the story is moving forward, you'll gain experience points that will allow you to shape her personality. Depending on your skills, you will pass or fail checks that will open or close new narrative routes. You'll also be able to explore your own thoughts in search for answers about who you really are. Stop in service stations to meet with strangers. Investigate the interior of your car for clues that may have been planted there. Or call mysterious phone numbers to learn info that will shed a new light on the operation you're part of. And in the end, you'll be left with the most complicated question Penelope has ever faced. Will she go all the way and finish what she started? Or will the road change everything? we're not making Ithaca to give answers. We're making it because we're living through questions that feel increasingly hard to avoid. About power, about violence, about the world we live in and how far we're ready to go to defend it. About what still feels possible when nothing seems to work anymore. And we hope Ithaca will be one way to sit with those questions for a while. Carefully and comfortably. From inside a car that keeps moving forward. If that sounds interesting to you, we've just launched a Kickstarter and a Steam page. And we hope to release the game in late 2027. Also, you never know, there might still be a cute horseback riding minigame in there somewhere.
Ever since we first showed this next game, we've been eagerly anticipating its release. Well, have we got some news for you?
Hi there, my name's Will. I'm part of the dev team here at Radical Forge, and we're working alongside the guys over at Present Games to bring you Screambound.
Is this another
previously on Day of the Devs, Crescent Moon talked about how they initially came up with the idea for Screambound and showed off some of the early mechanics. But today I want to talk about the narrative and show off some of the design choices we made in the game.
Okay, so this is another game within a game. Game. I think I might have heard of this one.
So, for the narrative, you, the player, find yourself in the role of Pavi, on the hunt for her missing mother, Lova. Now, after finding a trans-dimensional device called a Q-Boy amongst her things, you are thrust into another dimension. With the assistance from a questionable guide, Wetzler, your job is to traverse the Q realm and solve this land's puzzles in order to figure out what's been happening in this place, where your mother is, and how to bring her home.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I have heard of this
one. One of our first cartridges mechanics, where we pay homage to the side-scrolling games of old, trying to encapsulate that feeling of nostalgia and familiarity within the gameplay.
Let me just check this. Oh yeah, so after this, a little reminder that after this stream, I won't be back until next Sunday. Due to how poor the internet has been around here, due to how bad the internet has been around here, and how my work shift has changed to where I now don't get off of work until like 6:30, meaning that I have less than 6 hours left in the day. Because of that, the internet isn't reliable enough to where I can stream a lot, and while I'm living with my parents, and with these new work hours, I'm really restricted in how long I can stream. I'm really restricted with how long I can stream during the weekdays. So I'm going to be spending the weekdays working on like behind the scenes stuff for various things I need to do, including like including deciding where I should move to. And and then the streams will just have, for now, they'll have to only be on Sundays, so that where I'll be
Austin, Texas. This is Shot One Fighters.
Hi, David Devs.
Wait, hold on. This is the game I was excited for. I think this is the game I was excited for. But basically, yeah, streams won't be. Streams are just going to have to be only on Sundays, and it's just going to be more of the whatever game I'm playing for the Donathon. So XCOM 2 for now. Whatever game wins the Donathon vote.
SB over at Red Moon Workshop in Austin, Texas. Our team's been super hard at work on a brand new type of roguelike with combat inspired by classic fighting games. So check out the trailer for Shot One Fighters.
Yeah, this is the game. This is the fighting game I mentioned I was really interested in. I've been following this game for a long time. I've been following this game on social media for quite a long time. It looks really cool. So yeah, with this, Ultraman Zero and Ultraman Below coming to Gigabash, Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee getting a remaster, and Tifa and Street Fighter 6. This has been a great couple of days for fighting games that Rawkaiser is interested in.
And that was a trailer for Shot One Fighters. Currently, you guys can wishlist the game on Steam, as well as follow our game on Kickstarter, which is coming very soon. Thank you guys for watching, and we really appreciate the opportunity to be on Day of the Devs. I also want to give a shout out to our community and our fellow devs working tirelessly to make this game a reality. We cannot wait to show you guys what's coming next for Shot One Fighters.
Yeah, as soon as that Kickstarter goes live, if I can afford to, I'd like to put some money towards it.
Bringing us the cozy mystery-solving Duck Detective series. The new game offers a different type of mystery to solve, and it's a world premiere. People better watch out, because there's about to be an attempted murder around here. This is Apple Crumble.
In what? Interesting game.
All right, Grandma, here we are.
Don't open the door. It's that prick, Ellen.
What?
How's my favourite niece?
Hello, I'm Annika from Happy Broccoli Games. You may know us from our games such as Duck Detective, The Secret Salami.
I'm the Duck Detective. I'm here to investigate a case.
salami bandit!
However, today, I'm very excited to be sharing with you an exclusive first glimpse of our newest title, Apple Crumble.
So
the game
are you...
is simple. It's your grandma's 84th birthday party, and one of your family members is trying to murder her. Could it be your stressed out mom, your midlife crisis uncle? Your younger sister Millie has been acting weird lately. Just ignore the weird man in your bedroom for now. We at Happy
Dead Hearts is
Birthday
Duck
are big fans of
Detective.
thriller
Duck
games.
Detective
We can
is a
find
silly little
inspiration
game.
from things like Agatha Christie, Knives Out, Mouthwashing, and many more. Reconnect with your
This
dysfunctional
seems like
family.
it seems like
Explore your childhood home and work out who you can trust before it's time for tea.
it seems like this company's this game dev bread and butter is making weird little detective games, which good on them.
Apple Crumble.
I
is a
like weird
creepy,
little
cozy
detective
walking
games.
sim. Rummage through your family's
This-
belongings and uncover the
This game, I'll add this to my list. This seems like fun.
secrets they're hiding from you. Apple Crumble is a suspenseful interactive story. And we'll
Yeah,
be
this game I'm
piping
gonna add
hot
to
out
my
of the oven later this year. We hope you enjoy Grandma's birthday. And remember, everyone is a suspect.
Have you ever dreamt of a game
Yeah, I'll
where
add
the
it to my
mode of
list. That's a
interacting
great
with the
one.
world is slapping stuff? Well, your dreams have been answered. Check out this world premiere of Turbo Button's new game, Slap Out of It.
Hi, I'm Nick from Turbo Button, and I'm excited to introduce you to Slap Out of It, our slap and solve adventure game coming to PC and console next year.
Our world is broken. But at Puzzle, we're putting it back together piece by piece. And we want you to join our family of on-demand experts to solve the problems of our paying customers with a personal touch. Think you have what it takes to be a puzzle-solving ninja? A rock star who's not afraid to get your hands dirty? Alone or with no friends or family who'll come looking for you? Then reach out and become a Puzz Pal today, where you'll apply skills like personal tutor, junk removal, dry docking, commercial plumbing, tech support, caretaking, print-based marketing, whatever the hell this is. We'll slap out of it.
Dead Hearts is
together.
damn it.
Slap Out of It is an interactive...
Detective Hearts is damn it, Ben Starr. I mean, look, listen. You only have so many opportunities to play your Ben Starr card during game showcases. You got to make sure to use it well. And so far, I'd say they used it better than Fortnite did.
Comedy sandbox filled
Than
with
like the
silly
actual
puzzles
Summer
inspired
Games
by
Fest,
classic point and
and the
click
actual
adventure
Summer
games.
Games Fest did for Fortnite. Mark says he will do anything for money.
You'll be tasked with exploring a very odd office building, where each floor is a gateway to another world.
It
filled
helps
with
that
new
he's like
characters to meet
out of
and
all
strange
the
secrets to discover.
out of all the people who make these like sort of game showcases or game awards
Slapping
things,
is how you interact with
and how many
everything around
times they keep trying to be funny
and just about everything
and
everyone
aren't.
react
They
to
keep
your
trying to
slaps.
do like add funny little bits.
You'll also
They
find
keep
a
trying to
bunch
add
of
like
useful
funny
items
little
along the way that you
skits
can
to
store in
their
your trusty
game
fame
shows that
Some items have
to their
special
game
uses,
award
of
shows or
course.
showcases
You
that
can
just
slap
aren't
with every
funny.
item as well. The more you slap,
Ben
the more
Starr's
you
like
learn
the
about how
one
world
guy
works.
who is funny, who's like really good at it.
But don't expect everyone to be happy about that.
Our team is dedicated to interactive comedy and celebrating the art of dumb. Up till now, we've been known for making a bunch of silly VR games, but Slap Out of It is our first time stepping away from VR entirely. It builds on some of our past work while exploring lots of new ideas, and it's all meticulously handcrafted to keep you thinking and laughing at the same time. We've spent years iterating, editing, and polishing. And we're so proud to say this is our dumbest game yet. We're also excited to be working with Ben Starr, who joins us now to share a little about what this project means to him.
I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want, but of course I'll do it.
See, this is what I mean. This is what I mean.
Starr, who joins us now to share a little about what this project means to him.
I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want, but of course I'll do it.
This is what I mean. He's really funny.
We'll have more news to share about Slap Out of It soon. Thanks for watching.
Please pretend that you'll buy the game. I'm wishlisting now.
We promised you a lot of world premieres, but it's not very often we get to show you sequel, follow-up sort of things. This next one is from our buds over in England, and it features a very familiar cast.
Hello, I'm Gavin Price, studio head at Platonic Games. And I'm Chris Sutherland, programming lead. We're absolutely thrilled to be here to introduce you to the next chapter for our favorite buddy duo, Super Ukulele Cards.
What? Wait, what? Are there enough characters in Ukulele to make? I guess there are enough characters in Ukulele to make a kart racer. Okay.
Ukulele are back, but This time, they've traded platforming and starting grid. We're hitting the track in a unique style to give karting fans an experience like no other, one where above all, skill reigns supreme. With Super Ukulele Kart, we're building a racing game that rewards mastery of its many mechanics, tracks, items, and perks. This isn't just a Sunday drive, it's a high-speed, high-skill, pixel-perfect racing showdown. Think of it as the definitive competitive karting adventure. It's just a touch more lizard and bat than your usual.
I do like how pixely it looks. I haven't played any of the ukulele games because, well, I have no nostalgia for Banjo-Kazooie.
As huge karting fans ourselves, we can sense when sometimes things have drifted too far from much of what we believe made those experiences so fun in the first place.
But I mean, this does look nice. I do like me some kart racers. It's funny, I have like no interest at all in like red car games, but kart racers, yeah, I do like. It's probably because of how much I like Mario Kart, even though I'm not good at Mario Kart.
Not only that, we want you to be able to have your karting cake and eat it too. With Super Ukulele Kart, you'll be able to set up races with an unparalleled degree of customization and flexibility, guaranteeing endless ways to compete with your friends to whatever extremes you desire. We can't wait to see you on the track and test ourselves against you too. Thank you so much for letting us share Super Ukulele Kart with you today. We've been fine-tuning this one for a while, and it's a relief to finally have it out of the garage and into your hands. If you'd like to support us, please do head over to Steam to follow and wishlist the game. It truly makes a massive difference for us. We'll also be hosting a series of beta tests very soon, so do keep an eye out for how to sign up. We'd love your help in getting this across the finish line and making the game the definitive karting experience. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the starting grid. Can't wait to reveal more features soon.
All the way from Poland, we've got some news from the creators of The Invincible.
Oh, hi. We are Starworld Industries, the team behind Into the Fire. It's a cataclysm extraction survival game where you have to navigate ever-changing terrain, battle against fire and volcanic demons to find and rescue survivors. In order to truly capture the high-stakes pressure, obviously, and fire physics itself, we didn't just read the manuals. We took part in a fire safety training and participated in professional research sessions, and honestly, we are probably the most fire-ready team in the whole industry. You could say, in other words, that we truly know how to handle the heat.
It was supposed to be a quiet trip, but this place was already breaking.
I can't tell if the fire... I guess it speaks to my lack of knowledge of fire safety when I can't tell if the snow would actually make the fire less of a problem or more of a problem.
Every time
I would
out
assume
there, the
less,
island takes a little more.
But...
More ground, more paths, more people.
Okay, well actually maybe there might not be any snow here. I thought there was snow. Okay, because of like how like pale the sky was in this game, I thought there was snow, but I guess not.
We bring back whoever we can. You make the call. Push further or turn back.
Just run around final. 30 seconds to RV.
Coming for you! Almost there!
So we keep going back into the fire.
Oh my god, not again. Alright, listen everyone, let's put our skills to the test! Evacuate!
No, wait, the guy put his mic.
Okay, only a little bit longer
This
than
next
Day
game
of
is
the
the latest in a series of well-known cooperative puzzle platformers. That's right, folks. It's time for another...
Never been seen video games.
I don't know about you folks, but he's really trying my patience.
That's not it.
Once upon a time, in a distant corner of the kingdom, two youngsters stumbled into trouble.
Okay, so
and alone
after
bound their fate to the
this,
realm's
I
greatest
guess
heroes.
I'll watch... Yeah, I guess I'll go Gaming Pride. Gaming Pride Parade.
Are they trying to replace us?
Gaming Pride Parade and probably Women Like Games Showcase after that.
You don't need to convince us. The last thing we want is to be stuck with a trio of fossils.
The ones I don't get to, I'll just have to watch in my own spare time.
Don't underestimate
And talk
us.
about anything cool I find. Or anything cool I see. Next stream.
What's that? It's another magic beastie.
The more they traveled together, the clearer it became that the young siblings had been keeping secrets. Some of them much darker than others.
So, out of things announced today, okay, I already knew about Shot 1 Fighters, and Tenebris Somnia, and Threads of Time. So far, the games that I found out about that I'm interested in from this were Apple Crumble and Lazy River. Still, though, I'm finding out about a bunch of games that I'm excited for.
It's like it's going to be an upgrade of everything they do best. I can't wait to dive into the mystery on this one. Check out When Sirens Fall.
I'm gonna have to like highlight some of these games because they're just like the announcements that I got interested in the most.
Hi, I'm Luca Darko. I'm the founder and artistic director of GA Studios, a small 10-person company specialized in deep narrative-based psychological games.
Our first games were The Town of Light and Martha's Death. When Silence Falls Silent is our third title. We named this series Stories senza voce, voiceless stories, and through these stories we try to explore forgotten people, voiceless people. We aim to shine a light on their suffering because they deserve to be heard, and also because their stories are still sadly relevant in today's world.
Holy shit, what happened here? You hear that, kid?
I bet he's exaggerating.
Come on, let's get on with it.
When Silence Falls Silent is a dark psychological thriller with horror undertones set in Italy in the early 1990s. The player takes on the role of Mila, a rookie police officer who is unexpectedly pulled into a major case triggered by the rampage of a serial killer. As the investigation unfolds, Mila becomes increasingly vulnerable, and the boundary between reality and supernatural grows even more blurred. We address many complex and personal topics that we believe deserve more attention, like human trafficking, addictions, trauma, and misogyny.
That missing girl in the photo. Are we going to save her? It makes me nervous to think she's depending on us.
Yes. I'm sure we'll be the ones to find her. And you will become the new commissioner. Instead of that pathetic little man.
I don't know about that. You like to fantasize, huh?
Characters are at the core of When Silence Falls Silent story, and we are placing a strong focus on character interactions alongside a structured and rich gameplay experience, including branching dialogues, investigation mechanics, exploration, environmental puzzles, and some rather significant surprises.
The UV lamp has shown up large traces of blood. Why did that man bring me here? It must be an important clue.
Oh, that lagoon is cursed.
Based on players' choices, the protagonist's inner fragilities will gradually emerge and significantly change the way the game's story is experienced.
This is a huge evolution for us as a studio, and we really hope
Gaming Pride Parade will be the one next game. We got like 2.5 hours left, so I don't think I'm going to be able to watch all these remaining events. We'll just have to see what I can get to.
You scared me. Thanks for watching. Thanks to all our sponsors for making this possible. Thanks to all the developers for making and sharing their games with us. And thanks to you for watching. You can go wishlist these games. That really helps the developers. And I hope you enjoyed all the Electro surprises. That's the cool one, right? That's what we're going with.
Thank you to our generous sponsors, without whom Day of the Devs
Bye, Tim Schafer.
Valor Games, 47 Communications, the Game Awards, Idea Xbox, Razer, Sony Interactive Entertainment, Summer Game Fest, Thunder
Good luck with whatever you're doing.
Wired Productions, and Exola.
If you don't know who Exola is, they love indie games and are building a brighter future for the industry we love. They connect all the tools, systems, payments, and web shops for the video games industry. Explore all the things you need to launch, grow, and win with Exola.
A super duper special thanks to our pals at Unity. Are you made with Unity? I am.
And a very special thanks to Dose One for all the beats and music in the show. And an extra special thank you to Jeff Keighley for continuing to shine a spotlight on indie games. Day of the Devs is a nonprofit organization that survives and thrives due to generous donations from sponsors, individuals, developers, and publishers. So if you are one of those people and you feel so inclined, we would gladly receive your donation at dayofthedevs.org.
Thanks for watching.
Okay, that's Day of the Devs, Day of the Done. Okay, we're just gonna immediately jump into Gaming Pride Parade. So, okay, so I've watched Xbox Game Showcase, Wholesome Games Direct, Southeast Asia Game Showcase, Day of the Devs. We're on to Gaming Pride Parade. We're gonna do Women-led Game Showcase, and then I might be able to fit one more in, maybe. Question is though, if I have enough time, do I fit in Frosty Games Fest or Indie Quest 2026? Because I do like RPGs, but there might be some cool stuff announced at Frosty Games Fest. Oh, wait, okay, there's still... Okay, hold on, we've got like 14... Okay, let's skip past this. Let's skip ahead.
Now, a little bit about...
Okay, let's say it.
Welcome, everybody, to the Gaming
Okay, so it's less than an hour. It's a little bit shorter than I expected.
I am one of your co-hosts, Milady Confetti.
And hello, my name is Jax from season 15 of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yes. Now, a little bit about me. I love magical girls, indie games, and I love my cozy hobbies.
And I am your competitive cheerleading diva, which means I get just as competitive in my gaming. So bring on the games. Today, we're celebrating queer creativity, queer developers, and the incredible games helping push this industry forward.
This showcase is presented in partnership with the Gaming Foundation, an organization dedicated to uplifting LGBTQIA+ people all across gaming through mentorship, community programs, advocacy, and support of queer creators.
Their work helps create more opportunities and visibility for queer developers, players, streamers, esports talent, and gaming communities around the world.
And honestly, today is the perfect example of that mission in action.
We've got an amazing lineup ahead featuring indie games, stylish action games, cozy adventures, horror mysteries, witches, detectives, drama, and so much more from queer creators and inclusive studios.
And while we celebrate Pride today, this showcase is also about recognizing that queer stories and queer talent belong in gaming all year round.
But before we fully jump into the showcase, we want to take a moment to spotlight the incredible organization helping make all of this possible.
Let's take a closer look at the Gaming Foundation and the work work they do to support
Yeah, I'm
your
gonna have to
people
go
across
through
gaming.
and look.
Hi, I'm Gilberto Williams Gamboa.
Gonna
and I
get
am
to go
part of the
through and
Gaming
wish list a
Foundation.
lot of
I'm
these
part of the
games after this is
organization
done.
for
I have found. I mean, a lot of these
activations,
announcements were
and
stuff I already knew about and just
being
reminding me about them. But a
so
lot of
thank
them
you all
I did
for
find some
joining.
cool stuff.
I've been in the industry myself for about 10 years, so being connected to the Summer of Gaming, Summer Game Fest, is very special and important to me.
What is the Gaming Foundation?
So the Gaming Foundation's mission is to uplift and create opportunities not only for queer gamers, but also for LGBTQIA professionals and communities around the world. And we do this through support, visibility, and really pushing for representation.
How can people help?
Actually, for those of you watching, you are already helping. So if you want to help some more, please share this showcase. It's on demand, do it through YouTube or socials. Speaking of socials, follow Gaming Foundation across Instagram, Blue Sky, LinkedIn, your favorite social platform at GamingFDN, and that's GAYMINGFDN.
Wait, LinkedIn is a social platform?
Gamingfoundation.org. That website will really tell you how you can get involved.
I thought that was just like a job application
So what's
site.
next for the Gaming Foundation?
Next, we have a couple of new programs and events like the Gaming Awards on Monday after Summer Game Fest weekend. You can watch that exclusively on World of Wonders WoW Percent Plus around the globe on Monday, June 8th at 7 p.m. So tune in. And that really celebrates queer voices in gaming. We also have a Pride event. It's the Rainbow Race Pokemon fundraiser. And that's really has creators and competitive players supporting LGBTQ plus gamers. And this is just the beginning of something much bigger. So we can't wait to share more and have more for our communities around the world.
All right, let's kick things off with a game to ask one very important question. What if instead of fighting monsters in a dungeon, you flirted with them instead? Riz Dungeon, Skeleton Key to My Heart is a chaotic, hilarious dungeon crawler from
Okay, I think
queer-owned
this
indie
is
studio,
what I've heard of.
Kazoo, where your greatest weapon isn't a sword. Hit your pickup lines. You play as Happy, a hopelessly weak adventurer trying to win back her dangerously hot Dragon X by charming monster girls, building relationships, and somehow surviving the chaos along the way. With relationship
go ahead
combat,
and
dynamic
add that
party
to my
interactions,
list.
sleepovers at the inn, and a whole lot of personality, this game feels equal parts dungeon crawler, dating sim, and a complete disaster. Let's take a look at Riz Dungeon, Skeleton Key to My Heart.
Alright, standard RPG, gather your party, traverse
Yeah,
the
okay,
dungeon.
this one I have heard of because I loved the look of it.
Obviously, in Riz Dungeon, you're weak as shit. So flirt with monster girls and let them do the fighting. Just try not to make them jealous. Everything you need to know about your girlfriends is on the worldwide spider web. Learn what really grinds their gears, or makes them devote their life to you. Grow closer to them at the inn. Talk about your special interests, trauma dump, and then sleep in separate beds. Fed up with it? You can always... Wait. No, wait. Delve deeper into the dungeon to encounter new faces. More to kiss, more to recruit.
Okay, you're losing me with that last part.
everyone's feelings.
Okay, you did lose me with that last part because you kind of implied there that I would, if given the opportunity, break up with a tall werewolf girl, and that's impossible. There's no way that happens.
Normal RPG stuff.
Which means I probably wouldn't play this game well if that's something you have to do.
Launching September 17th, 2026.
Hi, I'm Pearl, this is Yukon, and we're from Suzy Kazoo, and we're presenting Riz Dungeon, Skeleton Key to My Heart.
We're Suzy Kazoo. We are previously known for the Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion line of games. We make very weird comedic games with a lot of parody.
Great.
Dump straight. We're also a very openly queer studio. I'm a trans fan, I'm the owner, and so we have a lot of queer employees, and yeah, we're just trying to make the world a better place.
It's a very uncertain world right now, and I feel like just being joyful is sometimes an act of rebellion.
I understand the nervous laugh there.
I just want people to feel
I empathize
joy,
with the
real
nervous
joy,
laughter they did there.
And to feel seen, and have the courage to be themselves. And,
I think we really want our players to know that like-minded people are out there. You know, we're here. We're not hiding away. You know, we want to have fun. We want to be goofy, and we want to share. You know, the queer joy that we have. That's not going away. I think that's very, very important. Riz Dungeon is a very, very messy relationship simulator / dungeon crawler where you encounter monsters, either survive a fight using your already recruited monster allies, or riz them up and have them join you on your adventures. And your whole goal is to get your stuff back from evil demon dragons. Wishlist now. Wishlisting in the game helps a ton. We're launching on September 17th, so watch out for that. Yeah, so you can play it right now. You can go to SuzyKazoo.com to join our newsletter right now.
Next up is She, making its world debut today during Summer Game Fest. She is a retro survival horror experience inspired by the classics like Akira and Metal Gear Solid. This game blends psychological horror with themes around identity, womanhood, and survival inside an impressive underground military facility. You play as a Loot Black, a woman navigating a deeply atmospheric world with tension, existential dread, and some seriously incredible visual design. Check out She.
That is some really good visual design.
The government found something they thought was a weapon. But I was right. It is a god.
Yeah, this is okay. This looks great. Like survival horror Metal Gear. Heck yes.
She woke up.
So I'm Lindsay Rollins, she, her. I'm working on She, Seraphim Helix Experiment, and I'm one-third of Rocket Drift Games. And we're just a co-op, small indie studio, developing games in Toronto. Roe v. Wade being overturned was a big impetus for us to be a bit more politically engaged in the things we wanted to work on. as well as I'm entering kind of a new era in my own kind of development with my own gender and kind of reckoning with a lot of things that are happening to people that like me, that are being marginalized right now by these really fascist kind of systems, oppressive systems in place.
Amen there.
And I don't know, like when I see news updates about all these
Totally
laws
understand.
being overturned and people's rights being taken away, it makes me extremely angry, and I'm thinking, how do I use that in a productive way? And making games is the best way I can think of, really, to fight that kind of fascist messaging and inspire other people to think differently about those systems as well. And without getting too much away, the plan is to have the player kind of wake up with absolutely no information other than whatever they're getting through the radio conversations. Very similar to MGS2 in that when Raiden is brought into this mission, a lot of things like that he thinks he understands about the mission just kind of like get thrown out the window, especially the midway point. So we wanted to build that sense of like, what is really going on? Who do I believe? Like, are these people that I'm talking to on the radio, do they have my best interests at heart, or are they self-interested, or like what are their motivations? The monsters that you encounter start to learn more about like how they came to be this like infected from this lab leak. What is actually the substance that has been used
dang,
in
it doesn't have a
experiments?
Steam
Where
page.
where
I
is
was
it derived
immediately
from?
gonna go.
And eventually you start to learn more about like the kind of like what's the word, like Lovecraftian kind of force that behind all of it, and we do that through like drip feeding the information as they play through the radio dialogue, but also through documents that you'll find throughout the lab. The monster designs, we want to be specific towards the themes of like what and we want the monster designs to reflect kind of the elements of femininity in terms of like physicality that frighten people or might like seem I guess like lurid in like everyday polite society, but this is kind of the reality of having this kind of body, you know. Definitely wishlist on Steam, and we have a Patreon where you can get exclusive behind-the-scenes footage and devlogs from us, as well as early playtest builds when they become available, all for low price.
We've already seen such an incredible range of queer storytelling today, and we're honestly just getting started.
Yeah, that game, whenever they release a Steam page for that game, I'm going to wish this immediately,
This showcase really highlights how diverse and creative queer gaming has become.
But before we jump back into more games, we want to take a moment to thank the partners and sponsors helping make today possible.
Events like this genuinely do not happen without organizations and companies willing to invest in queer creators, developers, and communities.
Their support helps create more opportunities for queer voices to be seen, celebrated, and discovered by players around the world.
So a huge thank you to all of our sponsors for supporting the inaugural Gaming Pride Parade and helping uplift queer gaming.
And now, a word from them.
Oh, okay. This is one of the games we already saw. Okay, so we can move past this a little bit because I already saw this one.
Nobody does camp quite like Kitty Powers. Kitty Powers Matchmaker Makeover is the fabulous remastered return of the viral dating sim classic, where players run their own matchmaking agency under the expert supervision of legendary drag queen diva Kitty Powers. This updated version brings brand new artwork, expanded customization, chaotic dating minigames, and even more inclusive options for players to create exactly who they want to be. You can match straight, gay, bi, pan, and non-binary characters, navigate awkward first dates, survive disastrous restaurant choices, and somehow try to keep romance alive through complete
heads are
chaos.
so big.
And the whole thing is packed with Kitty's signature humor, ridiculous situations, and the exact kind of drag queen touch you want guiding your love life. This game feels like being personally yelled at by your favorite drag queen while trying to stop two strangers from breaking up over soup. And honestly, that's a beautiful thing. Let's take a look at Kitty Powers Matchmaker Makeover.
You, yes you! Are you fluent in the language of love? Could you take other people's love lives into your hands? Well, now you can prove your pairing prowess. In my newly remastered dating simulator, Kitty Powers Matchmaker Makeover. Hello kittens, I'm Kitty Powers, matchmaker extraordinaire. In the last decade, the road to true love has grown even longer and harder. Oh, I say! Which is why I've remastered my beloved dating simulator. How exciting! Run your own dating agency and become a matchmaking maestro.
How old is it?
My little black book is bulging with new singletons who need your help. Oh, bless. Lavish them with a deluxe treatment in a salon. Send them to gorgeously refurbished date venues. Avert courtship catastrophes in new and improved dating dilemmas. Decide whether to go in hot or hold back and make them sweat. Outrageous! Will they reach the limousine of loveliness or the landfill of loneliness? I've got some special dating tools to help up your arsenal. Impress me, and I might give you one.
I don't want to be mean, but like the graphics, like you look at the game, kind of reminds me. It very much reminds me of like a Flash game from a website, and not in a good way. And that immediately makes me not that interested in it. Sorry.
It's like a dating simulator, but for everyone.
Now, Kitty Powers, what's your #1 tip for dating?
Just the tip.
Okay.
That's it. That's the tip. I have many tips. I'm the matchmaking maestro. You know, I could break it down in every subject area, but that's, you know,
think that's as good as an answer as any. £80 matchmaker is a dating simulator, but it's not like any dating simulator you've seen before, because most dating simulators are not simulators. They're just sort of choose your own adventure book persuasions, and you have to matchmake them and then send them on dates to see if you can get them to.
They do have a good point there.
Into a relationship.
They do have a good point there. It is really like you don't actually simulate dates that much on a lot of games that claim to be dating sims,
Send your friends on dates, which you couldn't do in the original game.
or to have dating sim elements.
All sorts of wonderfulness. There's also going to be some amazing collectible kitty pins, kitten-themed badges for all my kittens. Something more fun for people that have completed the game but love the game and want to spend more time in it, but don't want that grind. Well, they want something to grind, so then here are some kitty pins you can grind for. If you go to magicnotion.com, there's a page there with all of our social media links, which you can choose from to your heart's content. Come and join the Discord. I hang out on there every day.
So a little fun fact about me, I love card games, and next up is a game that takes one of the most classic card games ever made and completely reimagines it as a celebration of indie art and creativity. Art of Solitaire transforms Solitaire into an incredibly cozy and stylish experience where every deck is designed by real-world indie artists from around the globe. You are not just building cards here, you're building an interactive art collection filled with everything from fantasy worlds and cute animals to surreal illustrations and queer folklore-inspired designs. This game features classic modes like Klondike, Spider, and Pyramid Solitaire, all wrapped up in gorgeous visuals, relaxing ASMR sounds, and their signature flick mechanic that literally lets you fling cards across the screen. And one of the coolest parts about this game is that it uplifts artists directly, with new creator collaborations and featured decks releasing all year round. For Pride, the game is spotlighting work from queer illustrator Camilla Kroll through a Slavic queer folklore deck celebrating LGBTQIA+ identity through mythology and culture. Let's hear more from the team behind Art of Solitaire.
That is some really good art. And I do like me some good art. I do really like me some good art. About halfway through this one, but it's almost 6 p.m. so we've only got like a little over 2 hours left. I'll have to think hard about which. Yeah, I'll probably still will do Women-Led Game Showcase next. I'd say out of the things and out across all the streams this week, the things so far that I got the most excited for were Marvel took on Fighting Souls, because of course that's something I was already really interested in. Gravity Circuit 2.
Illustrator and comics artist, I suppose.
Well, I already knew about Tawada Bravo, but them announcing a demo was really exciting. Resident Evil Code Veronica remake, that was something I was really excited for. Sequel to Cuphead, that I'm really excited for, whatever that ends up being. Of course, Tifa and the season pass for the next season pass for Street Fighter 6, especially Tifa being there. Final Fantasy VII Revelation, that looked really great and makes me want to like move. I was gonna have to wait. I'm gonna have to wait to play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, but I want to move that up so I can play it sooner, so that I can be ready for Final Fantasy VII Revelation. Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee Remastered, that's so exciting.
That was such a fun idea, and that way you can mix and
even though I can't play it on stream, Spyro Realm Beyond, very excited for that. Well, I am excited for that, even though because of Microsoft, like my ban against Microsoft, I'm not going to be able to stream that, and I can't buy it legally. If I do decide to get, I'm not even sure if I'm going to get that because of who owns Spyro. But if I do get it, I'm just gonna have to pirate it and play it off
The
stream.
last several months we've been getting the artist.
Fields of Mystery 1.0, but that's a game I already knew about. That's just basically an update for that. And Shot One Fighters, which is another game I already knew about. And there was a lot. Oh, you know what? She like immediately got me. Seraphim Helix Experiment, that immediately was like got me interested. Just from the first trailer, I was like, I'm gonna buy this day one.
We're on iOS, on Android, and on Steam, so you can play anywhere, and your collection is always going to sync up.
And of course, Camilla's wonderful deck is going to be the deck of the month for June, for Pride Month, so we're very excited by that.
Okay, so yeah, everyone check out the Pride deck. It's already in the game. It launched on June 1st, and it's a special Pride design. Beautiful. Hope you enjoy it.
Games are important, but community is what truly makes queer gaming culture so special.
Queer Gamers is helping create spaces where queer players can connect, compete, build friendships, and feel genuinely welcomed in gaming.
This group focuses on bringing queer gamers together through online communities, event, content, and safe spaces that celebrate both gaming and identity.
And honestly, right now, that kind of representation matters.
Research continues to show that LGBTQIA+ players often turn to gaming communities as spaces for connection, self-expression, and support, especially when those spaces feel inclusive and affirming.
Organizations and communities like Queer Gamers help gaming feel more accessible, more supportive, and a lot more fun for queer players around the world.
One of the best parts of gaming culture is seeing how people continue building spaces for each other.
Whether it's through community events, streaming, esports, or just finding your people online, that sense of belonging means everything.
All right, let's take a closer look at Queer Gamers.
Hello, I'm Sister. I'm the online events manager with Queer Gamers. Queer Gamers is a 501c3 nonprofit, and our mission is to support and uplift LGBTQIA2S+ gamers, creators, and industry professionals by providing resources, community, education, and opportunities that expand visibility, connection, and real-world impact across gaming culture. So we just kicked off our Queer Quest event, which is our biggest fundraiser of the year. This includes a 3-day parade-a-thon event on Twitch, along with many other fun events throughout the entire month of June. How can you get more involved? We are always looking for volunteers and donations. We are also excited to announce that we are now taking applications for our Queer Gamers Creator Program. So if you enjoy streaming and are looking for an inclusive community to join, please fill out our application. All of this information can be found on our website at www.queertygamers.org. So if you're looking for more queer games, you can go to queertygamers.org/games, and you can find a list of queer games. And if you're interested in submitting a game, you actually can submit a game right on that website as well. We hope to see you soon. Keep games gay. Wow, that sounded so gay.
All right, it's officially time for some adorable chaos. Cute Patoots is a retro-inspired 2D platform shooter that blends colorful charm of classic games like Kirby and Mega Man with fast-paced action exploration.
That's a
and
very old
You'll jump, dash, and shoot your
Pokemon-looking
way
art
through
style
cozy stages filled with quirky characters, silly mysteries, hidden paths, and a whole lot of personality. And while the game looks super cute on the surface, there's also a really satisfying action platformer underneath with power-ups, non-linear level design, and enemies you can actually collect along the way. The pixel art is really gorgeous, the music has perfect nostalgic retro energy,
does look
and
really
the whole
nice.
game feels like a love letter to classic platformers from the 90s. Let's take a look at Cute Patoots.
Oh yeah, so as far as XCOM 2 is going, either next, depending on how, okay, so I have like one story mission I have to do because I have to destroy that one facility. And then after that, there's like two things I have to do, and then it'll be time for the final mission.
And
so
I'm making a game called Cute Patoots. So what is Cute Patoots?
I'm either gonna beat XCOM 2 next Sunday or the Sunday after.
Shoot and find secrets and get powers and collect enemies, but it's kind of retro inspired. So really, you're just trying
We'll
to.
just have to see, but
the themes for Cute
I
Patoots
think I've got
came
enough
from
lives left, and I think
really
I've definitely
trying
got, with
to
all the
understand
donations
how
y'all
we
made
accept
recently, I
ourselves.
think I had definitely have
And a lot of
enough
it is
lives left to
accepting
where
yourselves for the
we will go
imperfections, and
into
also,
go enough on
personally
Arc
and
3,
truly,
regardless of
I
how
think
many how
the
bad
biggest driver
poorly
for this was
the
how
final
to
missions
fight
go.
against being emotionally perfect, right? It's not going to be good vibes only all of the time. You have to have kind of those mid vibes or bad vibes to like really become whole, and that really pushed me to explore how we understand and accept emotion. And I felt like that was kind of a radical concept to put into a little cute game. I think as the world of Cute Patoots was coming out, I had all these characters that interact and care about each other, but in seeing that, I didn't find gender as a super important character design aspect. It was kind of a world where these characters are bouncy and friendly, but gender isn't really that, constricted for them, and it really helped me as I'm considering like the dialogue and narrative to be a little creative and introspective on how I can write without the constraint of gender. And these characters, they're just all friends. There's not like a important factor of
Oh,
them
let's
being
see. Wait,
she
how many
or
weeks
they.
do we have?
I
Okay.
purposely omitted kind of that demarcation in the
Also,
game.
so there's next
But
Sunday.
the characters don't care what they're called, but it's not a big important part.
Okay, so I still haven't sorry, I have to pause this for a second because I still haven't fully decided what I'm doing for for the 7th anniversary stream, which is going to be... I don't know if I can stream on June 29th, because that's a Monday. So if I can't stream on that day, the 7th anniversary stream might be on Sunday. In which case, as soon as I figure out what I'm doing, I'll let y'all know. I've got a couple ideas of like what I could do for that stream, and it is going to be a longer stream because of it is going to be a longer stream because it's the 7th anniversary stream. I want to do a longer stream for that. But
they're not defined by being he or they, and it's actually not really
that might be the stream where I draw characters from memory that y'all suggested. Which, side note, if you haven't already,
I hope that there are players that find this game charming in a way that encourages them to explore this cute, kind of colorful world and the characters and secrets, but also kind of like let it be.
Yeah, if you haven't already, make sure to tell me what characters you want me to draw. That was the $200 donation goal.
Or I guess the biggest thing I'd like to see from players is that, you know, Cute Patoots, the world loves you, and I hope you get to love the world of Cute Patoots too.
Now, this one has an absolutely incredible premise. Spill the Beans is a reverse.
Yeah, so there's a the $200 donation goal for the donathon was y'all getting to y'all telling me to draw characters from memory, and so I've made a form where y'all can suggest characters. So make sure to check the rules at the top, and then tell me what characters y'all want me to draw. And then also, if you haven't already, make sure to vote for what Donathon Arc 3 will be. Basically, once I start the final mission in XCOM 2, that's when the poll will close, and then whichever game has the most votes out of these options will be the one I play. So y'all can choose between From Software Dungeon Crawler Roulette, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, Neo 2, or Pokemon Emerald Imperium Randomized Nuzlocke.
You're the one who stole it. Instead of solving the mystery, your job is to manipulate conversations, gather evidence, interrogate suspects, and somehow convince everyone that somebody else committed the crime. The game takes place inside of a cozy fantasy cafe filled with vampires, skeletons, magical disasters, and one very judgmental cat boss, all wrapped in this gorgeous hand-drawn art style. And what makes the game really stand out is how reactive it is. Characters remember how you treat them, relationships evolve based on your choices, and there are often 15 different accusation paths, depending on who you decide to frame. Cozy, chaotic, extremely queer, and somehow manages to make emotional manipulation look weirdly charming. Let's take a look at Spill the Beans.
Working for a cat having a cat as your boss sounds like it would be a nightmare. As someone who loves cats, that sounds horrible.
Hello, I'm Eve. I am a programmer and writer, and I'm working on Spill the Beans, a reverse detective visual novel. Originally, Spill the Beans started as a game jam project that was meant to take place over a month. We went through a bunch of ideas that we thought we would like. We thought cozy cafes were cool, but we also loved detective games. We have a lot of fans of things like Ace Attorney on the team, so we wanted to meld those two into one thing at the end of the day. Over the course of the month, we laid out our cast of characters we wanted to include, but we never quite figured out who the culprit was. We knew what the game's name was. It would be Spill the Beans, because that's a really fun name to give to a game set in a coffee shop that's about detective stuff. So the game jam went along, it ended, and we didn't quite finish the game because we hadn't figured out who the culprit was until we sat down and we thought, maybe the most interesting thing we could do is say that the player is the culprit. And suddenly that twisted the whole idea on its head. Suddenly, you know, all these people you were interrogating, we knew why you couldn't find out why they'd done it. It was because you had done it. And now we have this new dynamic.
I've played like one or two reverse whodunit games where like you play the culprit, and I don't think I can really play that. I don't really think I'm not really interested in them after the one or two I tried. I feel when I played the one or two games of them I tried, I always felt really guilty because I knew that I had committed the crime and I was blaming it on someone else.
And the things that make them tick and are human. And I think there's something inherently cozy about getting to know someone else, that you are put in this kind of high-stakes situation where they are more likely to share more slightly. Okay, I don't want to be mean, but I do feel I have to bring up. There's something there's something really cozy about blaming your crime on another person. Personal things, and there's an intimacy to that I think is inherently kind of cozy and very close to the chest and very intimate. I think the thing I hope people most reflect on is what. Well, I guess actually living in America, I guess that is a very common thing. I guess that is a very common standard thing considering we live in America. Or considering I live in America. It means to manipulate someone, because in my opinion, in writing this is kind of what I'm taking away, is to manipulate someone is to know them. It is to know all their weaknesses, all their flaws, all the ways that you can change them, but also to not have them know you in any way, to have them not see through the facade and not see who you are, and the inherent loneliness of that, of knowing someone but not being known yourself. And that maybe across the course of the game, as you change people's minds and hearts, you start to see the other paths that open up and the importance of connection, whether that's knowing someone or being known in return. Please be sure to wishlist Spill the Beans on Steam and check out our newly updated demo just for this event, where you can play Jesse's first brief releasing to the public right now, where you can try to figure out something about their mysterious past with one of the other members of the cafe trapped inside with you.
The Gaming Pride Parade is sponsored by Logitech G, the creators of high-performance gaming gear built for players, creators, and streamers everywhere. From keyboards and headsets to microphones and streaming equipment, Logitech G has become one of the biggest names in gaming by helping people play, create, and connect in ways that feel more immersive and personal. We love that Logitech G continues supporting gaming communities and creators across every corner of the industry while helping make gaming more accessible and welcoming for everyone. Visit Logitech G to check out the latest gaming gear and accessories at logitechg.com.
See,
Remember the pure feeling of play.
See, I just don't think I'd be interested in that game just because reverse whodunit games,
Putting your last quarter in the arcade,
from the couple that I've played, they really don't interest me. I just always, like the ones I played, I felt really bad when I was putting the blame on someone else.
That's a feeling we can't help but chase. To experience it, share it, and keep it feeling new by always making play better. Like when 8-bit graphics doubled every few years. And every advance felt like we were landing on an undiscovered planet. Or when the people you played with went from friends in the neighborhood to friends around the world. And when wires were replaced by freedom. Creating breakthroughs in play can be just as exciting as playing, if not more so. Because everything we design, build, and innovate brings that real joy of play to everyone. First-time gamer or esports pro, we've got you. Think about it. We design controllers that enable more people to play. We make invisible connections faster. We put F1 cockpits into living rooms. We make sound better. And give mice endless power. Play challenges us, connects us, and fuels our creativity.
Oh, that's a good Samus cosplay. That's a really good Samus
So when
cosplay.
people ask what we do and why we do it, it all boils down to helping every human live by 2 words. Keep playing.
Okay, y'all, this next game is fabulous! Neon Death Drop is a fast-paced top-down action game where you play as Seraph, a gay go-go dancer using fierce choreography and kinetic powers to save a futuristic neon city from hordes of rogue robots. You're dodging bullet hell attacks, chaining together stylish dance combos, manipulating the environment around you, and literally swinging enemies off the map with pure queer energy. The combat is all about movement, rhythm, and style points, with flashy choreography, inspired mechanics that make every fight feel more like a performance than a battle. But underneath all the chaos and camp, there's also a really heartfelt story here about identity, community, and becoming the hero you were born to be. And visually, this thing looks incredible. Neon lights, futuristic cityscapes, stylish character designs. It feels like a nightclub. A cyberpunk anime and a drag performance all pressed into each other. Check out the latest gameplay from Neon Death Drop.
All right, boys, let's get this show started.
Seraph, drop the floor and push them in.
I didn't realize you were all into group play. Am I the star? Whoa, fuck my life. Step up, Sally. Back up.
Sorry, just checking something for a second.
Seraph, brace yourself. Something big is coming.
Damn, Daddy!
Not me, that! The only thing that can defeat these power bots is a power bottom.
Death Drop.
Hello, my name is Mark Steller. I'm definitely one of those gays, and I'm the director of Neon Death Drop. You're playing as a gay go-go dancer with superpowers. I'm a go-go dancer as well, so I really wanted to bring this kind of energy into Neon Death Drop as well, and to share this experience with what it feels like to be the life of the party with the audience as well. The demo for Neon Death Drop is out on Steam right now. Go play, wishlist, and follow us on Kickstarter. We're going to be launching a campaign very soon.
From high energy action to something a little more emotional and nostalgic. Taco no Himatsu Ocean of Secrets is a gorgeous action RPG inspired by the golden era of Game Boy Advance adventures, blending classic retro storytelling with modern gameplay and deeply personal themes. The game takes place in a world where octopi have mysteriously been erased from history, and players follow 6 different heroes as they uncover the secrets behind disappearing wildlife, rising political tensions, and shadow creatures consuming the world. Alongside your magical octopi companions, you'll explore colorful pixel art environments, solve puzzles, battle shadow monsters in real-time combat, and slowly piece together the truth behind the world's forgotten past. And honestly, the art direction here is incredible. The entire game feels like discovering a long-lost fantasy RPG from the early 2000s, complete with beautiful pixel graphics, emotional storytelling, expressive animation, and music from legendary composer Motoi Sakuraba, known for Golden Sun, Tales of, and Dark Souls. But what really makes the game stand out is how personal it feels. Each character has their own
This does
trauma,
look like
history, and
an
emotional
unreleased
journey to
Game Boy
overcome as they
Advance
try to
game,
bring
which
back
I
hope
like.
to the fractured world. Let's take a look
I
at Taco
appreciate
no
that look.
Himatsu, Ocean of Secrets.
I like how I like how this one looks. Like visually, I really like the I really like the art style of it. Might add that onto my list. The very Game Boy Advance style graphics is winning me over.
I'm Christophe Galati. I'm a French indie game developer, and I own the studio Dinios. Probas and dark stuff have always been near me, and in my opinion, games are what saved me, because during this time I used to kind of escape by playing a lot of JRPGs. So living those adventures and these characters helped me survive my life, I guess. So I really always wanted to make a JRPG that will have a deep storyline that could also maybe help people. So in the game, it's really like drag is not only part of the storyline; it's also very present in the game world. Like in each turn, there is a bar with a drag artist, anything drag queen, and
I like that Superstar
the
Saga
character
poster you
fights
got in
with
the
his drag. Basically, during the game, as you can see in the trailers that will be revealed with the interview, you kind of unlock looks during the games. There is like a lot of political stuff also. Like there's a presidential election in the game. Also, regarding the drag queen, as I mentioned, I did cameos of real world drag queen. So there are more like there is more than 50 real world drag queens in the game. It also led to a side quest where you have like a Pokédex actually, where you have to find all of the drag queens in the world, and they show it in the book. And so yeah, there is a lot to look forward to in the game. And yeah, hopefully I managed to get the right mix of picking traditional JRPG aspect, like saving the world, killing gods, stuff like that, while having modern stuff like characters speaking about their traumas and talking, stuff like that. The only thing I might, like sometimes I'm afraid like people will only see the game as the game with the drag queens, because there's a lot of characters and a lot of stuff, but I guess once the game releases, they can see the whole picture. We don't have a release date yet. Hopefully we can release the game next year. We did a Kickstarter campaign already, which was pretty successful.
Seeing all these really cool games being made really wants me to just like seeing all these really cool games being made by indie developers makes me want to like take a week off from work and just spend an entire week working on game development.
And few groups embody that spirit better than Boston Gamers.
Boston Gamers is a nonprofit LGBTQIA+ gaming community.
This is what I mean, but like when I had that big rant earlier about how much I love video games. I love video games so much. I want to make some.
Massive networks of thousands of members across online.
You ever love something so much that you ever the reason why people make a lot of fan art, so much fan art of so many different characters in the series, because they love something so much they want to share that love, and the best way to share that love is to make something really cool using that thing. That's me with video games. I love video games so much. I want to make my own video games.
Tens of thousands of dollars for LGBTQIA+
to share how much I love video games,
events, proving just how powerful gaming communities can be when they come together around a shared purpose.
We had the chance to catch up with the team behind Boston Gamers to learn a bit about their mission, their community, and the work they're doing to make gaming more welcome for everyone. Let's take a look.
I am Matthew Vincent.
Anyway, let me stop talking over them. Let me stop talking over them so we can listen more to what they're saying.
In the greater Boston area, running a bunch of events to help folks find queer community, fight isolation in the community, and just offer better mental health for people to get out and connect with people. We run over 5 events per month now, ranging from board game events to video game tournaments, drag shows. So we're really all about sharing our passion of gaming through community and through community events. And then this year we're actually hosting our own small gaming convention called GamerFest. So we're so happy to be able to put something on that's going to be that special for the community. And if you'd like to learn more about Boston Gamers, you can check us out at bostongamers.com. There's a Discord link there. Follow us on Instagram. You'll see all the amazing events we're doing every single month. And if you do want to check out GamerFest that's happening in September, go to gamerfest.com and you can get tickets and check out all the stuff we're doing there.
Close out the showcase, we have a game filled with magic, mystery, romance, and honestly, immaculate vibes. Wild Society is a beautifully cozy period drama life sim by Studio Dry Dock, the creators of the award-winning Wildflowers. You play as Vivian Wild, a witch, socialite, and boarding house host living in the bustling town of Fairhaven at the turn of the century. And this game really lets you live out the fantasy. You'll renovate and customize your magical boarding house, host elegant tea parties and glamorous balls, manage guest relationships, practice witchcraft, conduct seances, and maybe even a little spark of romance and drama along the way. One of the coolest things about Wild Society is how much player choice will shape the experience. You decide who to invite into your home, how events unfold, which relationships grow stronger, and what kind of socialite Vivian ultimately becomes. Visually, this game is absolutely stunning. The fashion, architecture, and entire atmosphere feels inspired by classic period dramas, but layered with magical fantasy, queer storytelling, and cozy life sim mechanics. You can also collect magical familiars, connect with spirits, explore the supernatural side of Fairhaven, and influence the town through both your social circle and your witchcraft.
After this, I'm gonna have to take a short break.
Welcome to Wild Society, a witchy period drama sim where you run your own.
After this, I'm gonna have to take a short break, and then when we get back, we'll watch the women-led game
One of our
showcase.
most exciting features: rituals. A witch's power is only as strong as her ingredients. You'll need to explore the island to find everything you need for your magic. To create a ritual, you'll need to discover ingredients which possess the same magical properties and craft them into the right form. When you pick up a new plant, shell, or crystal, check your crafting stations, and they'll show if you have any ingredients with undiscovered words of power. And the first time you craft it will reveal what that power is. Now you can prepare your very own ritual. Read the incantation to find out which words of power are needed. And then use the items you've crafted to fill in each word of power. More powerful rituals will need additional ritual items, such as gemstones or potions, and may even require harnessing the stars. Just like our previous title, ritual magic is the heart of all your witchy activities. So with the help of powerful ingredients and your coven, you can use rituals for things like brewing potions faster, changing the weather, or even growing a bridge to explore new areas. We have lots more magic to share with you in the future. For now, best witches.
Oh, that's a good pun. That was a good pun.
Hello, hello. I'm Victoria Kershaw. I'm from a development company called Studio Dry Dot. We're really passionate about cozy, heartfelt storytelling, creating immersive, non-violent games, and reflective worlds where everyone can belong. Something really different about Wild Society from our first game is that your choices really influence the narrative a lot. You'll be choosing things like what tenants you'll be hosting at your boarding house, who to matchmake, who you'll be deciding to romance, if that's your thing, and even things like who do you endorse to be mayor. So your choices always really matter here. Essentially, we're trying to create this witchy Bridgerton world where you get to both be a powerful witch, but you're also a very powerful socialite. Maybe your coven needs a new witch. So maybe you want to host an intimate tea party with just a couple people. Could be someone from the town, could be a local, and yeah, maybe you want to help them get in touch with their magical powers and convince them to join you. Oh my gosh, I am just so excited to continue introducing this game to Book Talk because I really feel like they're going to vibe really hard with what
You know,
we're
that is
putting
at least
down.
one good thing,
If you're
at
a
least
PC
one
player,
thing I could
please
benefit
wish us on
from
Steam.
having
We're
all
there
the,
right now.
from not being
If
able to
you
stream
are
as
waiting
much
to
while
hear
I'm here.
about
Maybe
other
I can,
platforms, the
I
best place
can
for you
use
would be to
use
join
some of
our
that time to
mailing
work
list,
more on the
which you can
games
find links to
projects
that
I
through
want
places
to.
like X or Instagram. Telling your friends, please tell your friends. Do you have some book reading babes? Period drama fanatics, historical costume maker cosplayer friends, please tell them about this game. Word of mouth is huge. We are a little studio and we just want this game to reach as many people as it would delight as possible.
Thank you all so much for joining us for the Gaming Pride Parade at Summer Game Fest.
Today was a celebration of queer creativity, queer joy, and the incredible developers and communities continuing to shape the future of gaming.
We've seen heartfelt stories, chaotic adventures, stylish action, cozy worlds, unforgettable characters, and so many games that deserve your support.
So if you saw something here that you love today, make sure you wishlist these games, follow the developers, support queer creators, and keep uplifting the communities helping make these spaces possible.
And the celebration does not stop here.
Don't forget to tune into the Gaming Awards 2026 this Monday, June 8th at 7 p.m. PT, streaming exclusively on WoW Presents Plus.
The show is hosted by voice actor Erika Ishii and RuPaul's Drag Race All-Star Dawn, and will celebrate the very best of queer geek culture with 60 nominees, 14 awards, and an incredible lineup of guests, including Pheromone, Rock'em Sakura, The Gamer Guys, and more.
Thanks again, everyone, for watching. I am your co-host, Milady Confetti, and you can find me at Milady Confetti on all social platforms.
Yes, and I'm your other co-host. My name is Jax, and you can find me on Twitch and Blue Sky at HeyGetJax, or on Instagram at GetJax. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Happy Pride!
Okay, so that was the Gaming Pride Parade. Okay, I need to take a short break, and when we get back, we're going to watch the women-led game showcase. So, be right back. Okay, I'm back. So, okay, we're gonna do the women-led game showcase next. They're just gonna jump right into it. We only got about an hour and a half left, so this might have to be the last one. We'll just see. We just checked to see what the stream's doing. If you're still hanging around watching, thank you.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the Women-Led Games Showcase Summer Games Fest Edition 2026. I'm Brianna White, actress and content creator, but best known for the voice of Aerith Gainsborough in the Final Fantasy VII Remake series.
Oh,
I'm thrilled to be
cool.
here
Cool that they got her here, and I like her little chocobo she's got.
hosting the show. You have no idea. It's just a mission that's very aligned with
Oh my
heart.
gosh, all the Aerith figures. Oh my gosh, all the Aerith figures that she has on her shelf.
Champion women.
I totally get it though. If I voiced a character in Final Fantasy if I voiced a character in a major video game, I'd probably get all the figures of them too.
Doing awesome things in an industry that's traditionally been very hard for women to navigate. At the same time, it's very aligned with my own heart to just champion awesome games. Today, we get to do both. We are so excited to have you here celebrating an awesome lineup of games created by women-led
So says, of course she has all the Aerith
At Women-Led
merch.
Games, our goal is simple. Spotlight amazing developers, connect communities, and help more people discover the incredible games being made by women in this industry. Throughout the showcase, keep an eye out for this icon on the screen because it means the game has a demo available for you to play
That's
right
cool.
now. And speaking of playing games, don't forget that we have an official Steam event live right now featuring many of the games you'll see today. Wishlist your favorites, try some demos, and support these amazing teams.
Also, Sleepless, welcome back.
Huge thank you to our sponsors.
So says, although she did have to reach out and ask folks to stop sending her NSFW content and character sheet voices. Why are people so weird? Ugh. Why are people so weird? I'm sure it wasn't. Gosh dang it. Don't do that. As someone who's normally very supportive of NSFW content made for characters, don't do that. Don't show it to people if they haven't given explicit permission to. Dang it. Simpsons because they're fucked up wrong. I know, but Tevark says be normal humans challenge level
Do
impossible.
it. Enough talking from me, right? Let's kick things off with a segment dedicated to games for you to jump into and play right now.
Hello, I'm Hélène Fortin, head of production at Mikumi Games, and I've been supporting the team on Black Jacket. My favorite part of Black Jacket is how something as familiar as a game of 21 can become deeply strategic. Every decision carries real weight. You're building your deck through different suits, shaping your strategy as you progress through the realms. And at the same time, there's a more personal layer. You're a lost soul trying to escape hell, and each encounter reveals a bit more about the world, other souls, but also about yourself. My role is to help connect the different parts of the team, and to ensure smooth communication, both internally and with our partners.
Okay, this
For
one's
me,
about
it's
an hour and a
important that
half. We'll
everyone
see if
has
we have
a
enough
space
time.
they need to
Okay,
shape
so I
a great
might have
game.
enough time to do one more.
I hope when people play Black Jacket, they feel the tension we wanted to build.
I'll probably let y'all decide if I watch the Frosty Games Fest or Indie Quest 2026 after this. Because I think I'm only going to have time for one. Oh, this looks cool. Oh, it's Warframe? Oh. Wait, Warframe? I was just about to... Gosh dang it, I was just... So says you should watch the one Tart's in if you haven't. You mean the Wholesome Games Direct? Yeah, Wholesome Games Direct, Tart was co-streaming that one, I believe, if I remember correctly.
I suppose he sent you to hunt me down, yes?
Urian Caldecott, wanted for historic...
So says, yeah, that one. Yeah, we watched the Wholesome Games Direct earlier. And the Midsummer Night's Scream, that's another one he co-streamed. I'm not going to be able to get to that one on stream just because of how... Just because of how long it is. It's like the Midsummer Night's Scream is like 2.5 hours. Okay, this is a game I did know of, and I played the demo for, and it's really cool. It kind of reminded me of like Metroid Prime.
What do you think a man like him would do with all of that power?
At least
How do you
gameplay-wise.
expect me to kill a god?
Your job is to lead me to the gallows. Maybe you ought to ask yourself why.
Here, folks, what do you do for fun? Other than shooting things, I mean.
Brian told you about the prophecy, didn't he? Well, of course he did.
Yeah, Luna Abyss looks really cool.
What terrible thing have you awakened? You just tried to kill me.
Luna were never meant to control gods.
Stupid child! Can't you see you fallen for a lie?
Hi, I'm Rihanna, and I'm the programmer on Tree Planter. Tree Planter is a relaxing game about building a perfect woodland landscape, while also doing something good for real trees. For every copy sold, we plant a tree on local farms. Thanks to your support, we've already
I'm very glad they showcased Luna Abyss, because like we were talking about that really weird stereotype, that really annoying stereotype that like, oh, women are only into like these wholesome games. These like cozy games are only for women. And then here's Luna Abyss, a game made by women that is like this dark gray like shoot everything in sight game.
Tree Planter is a relaxing game about building. For every copy sold,
I mean, we already knew that stereotype was stupid. We mentioned that earlier, but I'm glad that they're here just to put that nail into the coffin. Put the nail into the coffin of like, yeah, that whole thing is stupid. We have that game here to prove it.
We'll be starting with a Lackford Lakes inspired level. This will bring lakes, ponds, and rivers to Tree Planter, and all the species that love wet woodland, such as willow trees, fish, dragonflies, frogs, birds, and maybe a cheeky goose. We're early in production and we'll be co-creating the levels with rural young people and children from Suffolk and Norfolk, who will be drawing some of the art for us. Wishlist and follow us to stay.
That's interesting. That's cool. Okay, you got me interested. Oh, this is not Warframe, this is Soulframe. That's right, there was like, okay, that's right, they announced, like I saw in a previous event, there was Soulframe. And I made a joke that like, why did they, if they're going to make the opposite to Warframe, why did they not make Peace Frame or Love Frame?
こんにちは。アクロバティックちりめんチョコでディレクターとアートを担当しているガチャボックスです。チレーディングバースコールは私がコロナ禍で苦しかった時に電話を通じて心が救われた体験をもとに生まれたゲームです。ここは月が落ちてあと21秒後に世界が終わる生と死の狭間の世界です。主人公のメアリが電話を通じて心残りの魂を救うという物語です。電話で相手が見えないという状況を表現するために登場人物は全て動物にしました。この表現によってより多くの人たちが感情移入できるんじゃないかと考えています。他にも鮮やかな色彩のイラストと演出で魂、心の動きを表現するなどビジュアルの美しさにもこだわりました。人とつながることも痛みを救う体験できるゲームになっているのでぜひプレイしてみてください。
I'm not sure about this one, but it does look intriguing.
We all know that games can make us emotional. They can inspire us, they can scare us, they can make us happy cry to hundreds of thousands of people on the internet. You know, that might just be me. But the most important thing about games is that they're fun, right? This segment is dedicated to games that are designed to keep a smile on your face.
Well, I would like to agree. Unfortunately, Brianna, I have to disagree with you because there are some games that were clearly not made for people to have fun.
Hello, I'm Lara, art director.
There were some games made to hurt.
It's a colorful isometric puzzle game where you guide a mischievous little train through vibrant worlds and help it reach its destination. Each biome has its own personality, atmosphere, and visual identity, so you're constantly discovering new places, new vibes, and new little details along the way. The puzzles start approachable, then steadily grow into satisfying brain teasers that reward experimentation and one more try thinking. It's cozy, bright, and a little chaotic in the best way. Trackastrophe is out now for you to try on PC.
Okay, I'm liking the pun you're going with the name for the name there. Okay, leaning in. You got me interested. I've been really wanting like I'm really wanting like a video game that's like lets you like do model building. And there was Gundam Breaker 4, which does let you really good at letting you build Gundams, but you have to like go play through the game in order to unlock more parts, and the gameplay is very in Gundam Breaker 4 is very mind-numbing. And there was another game that I found that was like this indie-made game that was like about building models, but it was like you use generative AI, and the guy like, and so because of that, it like even though so I couldn't get that game, and then the person like who made that game made a sequel to that game that was 3D instead of 2D, but because they used generative AI on the previous game and didn't mention it, I'm not sure about getting that 3D game because I'm very suspicious of it. So as long as it doesn't have generative AI, this is an instant buy for me. See, they said this name was... Yeah, this looks like exactly what I want. That is shooting right up to my... As soon as it... That is shooting right up to my... If it gets a demo, I will try it out, and if the demo is good, then I will buy it as soon as it gets released.
Every day, just the same. The system is perfect. If the mail whispers, pay it no mind. If a customer seems strange, do not avert your gaze. If you feel tempted to wander outside, don't. There's nothing for you out there anyway. But you don't need to worry, because I'll always be here, watching, listening, guiding you when you forget your place. Some say the post office doesn't let people leave. That's silly, isn't it? It's just that no one ever wants to. So relax, do your job, and everything will stay exactly as it should. Forever. This is a totally normal post office, where nothing weird ever happens.
Hi, I'm Andrea from Wonder Belly Games, here to show you some of the work we've done to expand the demo for Arcane Eats, our delicious deck builder where you cook up the tastiest combos. In Arcane Eats, you shape your cuisine deck with magical ingredients and kitchen tools while hiring a crew that knows how to make the most of what you're cooking. In our expanded demo, we've also added a new spice to the mix, enchantments. At Charms & Noble, you can buy cookbooks to enchant your cooktops with
Charms & Noble. I'm liking the puns.
These will make your flavors even
I'm
more
liking the
powerful,
puns
and
a
you're
lot
gonna
of these
need it
games
because
have.
You can now play through a second week of running a restaurant. And week 2 is when the nightlife starts to show up and get rowdy. Vampires, werewolves, a sneaky raccoon, and gelatinous cubes. If you can survive all
Has there ever been a raccoon that has not been sneaky?
Julia is a culinary legend known for her
I know I'm
gigantic
stereotyping.
appetite
I know I'm stereotyping there, but has there ever been a raccoon that has not been
one
sneaky?
step closer to
That
proving
has
your
been
epic status
honest.
as a chef. So come test your hand in Arcane Eats. The expanded demo is out right now on Steam.
Excited for the big game, kids? Come on, 3, 2, 1, dealers! Oh, what the hell is that? High in language.
Oh, we're going in!
Oh, where are we?
And where are our kids?
Oh, those monsters got them! Guess it's time to show those baddies who their daddies are. Name's Daryl Wilson. Nice to meet you. I'm way too high for this right now. Don't make me pull this video game out.
Wasn't this like a tabletop campaign? Like some sort of like tabletop campaign show?
Not a stepdad. I'm the dad that stepped up.
It's a bullet heaven with a story. Good luck finding your kids if you survive this.
Ma'am, could we not fight? I'm something of a feminist.
Why can't anybody just let me kill a bunch of people? I'm on your side, I'm vegan! So you only eat plants?
Dungeons and Daddies, BDSM. Bad dads survive monsters.
Based on the world's 4th best tabletop role-playing podcast.
Oh, okay. So it is based on a okay, so it was based on like a D&D podcast or a campaign someone streamed or made videos of. gosh, we've already got only like an hour
Hi,
and 20
I'm
minutes
Lillian.
left.
I'm Georgia.
I'm Stacy.
And I'm Cheryl. We're from Pickpock, and in collaboration with Mattel, this is our upcoming game, Barbie Horse Ride and Rescue.
The
Set in
new
fictional
Barbie game?
Moonrise Valley, Barbie Horse
Wait,
Ride
they've
and
actually
Rescue
probably
explores
made a couple
optimistic
new
Barbie
Barbie
world.
games now
It
that I think
celebrates
about it.
friendship, fashion, and of course, a love of horses.
Yeah, now that
As
I think
someone
about it,
who
there's
grew up
probably
playing
been like
iconic Barbie horse
Barbie,
games,
new
it's
Barbie
so
games
cool
have
to be
probably
bringing
been an
that nostalgic
ongoing
feeling
thing for
of
quite
wonder
some
and
time now.
discovery to this brand new experience. Whether you played the games yourself or not, you'll find our world full of that familiar Barbie charm and connection.
Fashion has always been a part of Barbie. We're creating a dream closet of customization options, giving you the freedom to express your unique style.
And of course, horses are at the heart of it all. The tech is inspired by iconic Barbie fashion too.
It's been such a joy combining the world of Barbie with our expertise in horse games. You'll discover a game filled with authentic equestrian moments, riding challenges, and a compelling mystery.
Barbie Horse Ride and Rescue will be available on the App Store and Google Play on the 16th of June, and will also be coming to Steam and Nintendo Switch 2 next year. We'll see you in Moonrise Valley.
Hi, my name's Holly from Reliable Plumbing Services, and this is Philosophy. You climb through a surreal vertical world
Philosophy,
shaped by the
okay.
history of ideas. You play as a small spark of thought, ascending from the depths of Plato's cave through
Oh, I thought it was a
2,500
pinball
years
game.
of philosophy, from the marble ruins of the classical world, through the cathedrals of medieval scholasticism, into the cold machinery of modernity, and beyond, in search of whatever truth
You
might
know,
be waiting at the top. Alone or
philosophy
with a
studies
friend,
would
your
probably
climb
have
is
been
in only two
more
buttons.
interesting to me if it actually did involve pinball.
Shoot. Piston. And swing your way up. You will fall, but you will rise again through eras of ideas, both bad and good. Play the free demo now on Steam.
Here's one thing I know to be true. Most games are more fun when you get to share in the chaos with your friends.
This was 13Z when we first started building it. It was rough, but over time, we saw the game we imagined come to life. Hi, I'm Eddie Torres, creative director of 13Z, the Zodiac Trials. 13Z is a fast-paced
Okay,
action
this is a
roguelike
game we saw
inspired by
earlier.
Eastern Zodiac mythology. You play as a challenger, a shape-shifting animal spirit fighting to become the 13th Zodiac, solo or with friends. Fluid combat is the heart of the game. We focused on fast action, verticality, ever-changing builds, and movement that feels unique to each character. We also have more challengers on the way.
Okay,
By
sorry,
both
we're gonna
each failure
move past
is
this.
lively and rich on Steam.
Sorry, because we saw the trailer earlier, we're gonna move past that one.
Lucky Roll Studio is collaborating with Women-Led Games. We've added a free update to include new avatar items, an Artemis card back and nameplate, 2 new titles, and an Artemis emote. Draw Draw Pass is a chaotic party game where players take turns to collaborate on one canvas. Then, the guesser has to figure it out.
What's going on?
It's free on Steam, so grab your friends and get ready to draw. We're also excited to announce development on our next project, The Witch's Whisk. Cast different spells to whip up delicious baked goods to feed your hungry customers. In this magical world, you play as a witch where your whisk doubles as a wand. What kind of magic will you whisk together in your bakery? Wishlist The Witch's Whisk today.
We have an experimental reactor, and I really do think the whole thing might implode. And that's where you come in.
See, so actually, let me check to see if that Model Kit Studio is on. If that game is on, if it is on Steam. Okay, good. That is going directly to the wish list.
And you could pop back to your own time. And while helping yourself,
I might
you
join
can
the
have
playtest for that. I don't know when I'm gonna get to do it, but
Logic thanks you for your service.
I don't know when I'm gonna get the chance to play the playtest. But
The world is ravaged, destroyed by the scars of the Titan War. But legend speaks of those who endure. Those who wield its power. Few survive the lands of Serana, for the storm has twisted what remains. So carve out what shelter you can, and hold it for as long as it stands. Alone or together, you find solace while the winds settle.
wasn't there some other game called Stormforge?
You fight. You evolve. You become something more.
Or am I thinking of like there was like some MMO game called Stormforge? It was something else.
Stormforged.
Okay, I'm thinking of something else.
Come to the festival held by Arachne's friends. There's lots of beer and lots of odds and ends. My video sharing the game went viral on TikTok and Instagram. I really like this so much. Like, it's still so good, even as like a little early slice demo.
There's a huge response to this game, and for good reason. I mean, it's incredible. I can't wait to see some of this game. I'm so excited. I love it so much.
So far, I'm in love. I'm obsessed. I'm addicted.
I'm just hooked. I want more and more. Yeah.
It's not sponsored. I just think it's just really neat. It's really cute.
Personally, I'm blown away. I think it looks amazing. The whimsical cuteness vibe is there.
Honestly, just flying around with the Aurora Borealis and this beautiful music is like really lovely.
It's a really nice game.
It's been described as a mix of Skyrim and Stardew, and I can definitely see that. It's ex-Bethesda devs, and it's a passion project, which I love.
It feels very original, very unique. Yeah.
Hey, can you hop on my back?
Yes.
I like that like after leaving Bethesda, these guys were like, you know what game we need to make? We need to make a Redwall video game.
Everybody's helping. That's so
And
wholesome.
more power to
Can we
them
all
for
just
that.
please fund this, please? This game deserves as much love and support, right?
Hawthorne is so good. I don't want to let it go yet. I love these characters. I crave more.
Hi, I'm Megha Gupta, co-founder and game producer at Mana Interactive, and I'd like to show you our very first PC console title called Spookaboo. Spookaboo is a physics-based, ghost-trapping and friendship-smashing couch co-op game for up to 4 players. Team up with friends and family and play as ghost hunters to detect, scan, hook, and trap all the pesky ghosts hiding in plain sight. The game features a wide variety of quirky ghosts with annoying abilities that you and your friends need to evade, along with a plethora of level mechanics that throw in even more chaos. Meet the team behind Spookaboo. We were very bullish on one aspect of the game, that it should make people laugh. We tested the game a lot in different regions to gauge the very same reaction, and we were so happy to see that we actually achieved it. So if you have Ghostbusters nostalgia, or simply looking for a good laugh, then this game is definitely for you. Go check out the game on Steam. Thank you.
Dang, I'm gonna have to go back through this list, like, whenever I can get the chance to just look at just how many games were announced over this week that I'm interested in, or was reminded existed. I think this is okay. This is either like a smaller MMO that I saw announced earlier in one of the other streams, or in one of the other showcases, or this is a different smaller MMO. Okay, this is a different smaller
I'm Red, the
MMO.
creative director of Warframe.
And I'm Megan, community director for Warframe. And we're so stoked we were able to show off our release date for Warframe's next free update, Jade Shadow's Constellations, earlier in the showcase, and we hope it was entertaining.
Indeed, because games can entertain us in a lot of ways, and some stories stay with us long after we stop playing.
The worlds, the choices, the emotions, sometimes a great story is the thing we remember most.
So get comfortable and enjoy this next segment of games with powerful narratives and unforgettable storytelling, which we feel honored to introduce as story-loving hosts.
Okay, so we've got Frosty Game Fest, Indie Quest, and Story Rich Games. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to let y'all decide which one we watch after this, if we have enough time.
Sometimes a tavern is a tavern. It's what you fill it with that makes it a home. Tavern Talk Stories Dreamwalker. Coming soon.
Have I? Okay, I might have seen a little bit about this game. That's a big chicken. That's big food. This is giant food. Ooh, the pixel art in this is great. I think I saw this game mentioned on Steam. I feel like if I were to play that game on stream, I don't think I'll get that game, but I feel like if I were to play it, I'd have to play it only on Wednesdays, just because the title is every Wednesday, just because of what the title is. So far.
Light of Atlantis launches this year, November 2026.
And of course, great stories are nothing without great characters. The heroes, the villains, and the weird little guys that make these worlds feel alive are often the heart of what we
You can't forget about the weird little guys. Wait, a date with death? Wait, sorry, I couldn't catch that name. A Date with Death 2 Remnants. Okay, thank you. One of those Death as a penguin? I can see Death being an owl, but Death as a penguin? Maybe one is the death of penguins and the other is the death of owls. I feel like this is going to be another dungeon. Well, okay, it's like another room where you build a game where you build a house. But I feel like this is also going to be... The way it's called Dungeons and Dining Tables made me think that was going to be another game where you explore a dungeon to cook food. Which I've seen quite a few of over these past few days.
Hi everyone, I'm Emily. I'm Toada Brava's executive producer.
Ooh, Toada Brava. Okay, what we watched the trailer for Toada Brava. I know I've already seen the trailer for Toada Brava 30 times, but I'll keep watching it because Toada Brava. I'm absolutely gonna I've already got the demo for this game downloaded. I'm gonna play it as soon as I can.
And I'm Maki, Toada Brava sound director. The game's original soundtrack is inspired by Brazilian music as well as several other Latin American rhythms, and by the timeless soundtracks of games such as Final Fantasy, Donkey Kong Country, and Chrono Trigger. It's been a lot of fun trying to unite these musical styles to create a unique soundtrack to match Kako's adventure. Don't forget to wishlist Toada Brava on Steam.
Welcome to Veil's Echo, a cozy horror adventure
That game,
about an underworld
like,
where
I
souls
cannot
seek redemption.
contain my excitement
But
for Toada
first, let's
Brava.
meet
That
the team.
game looks so
Indrek,
good.
Davidas, Sean, and me. Hi. When Veil dies, she wakes up on a train to Dev's headquarters, only to get thrown off into a strange forest in the underworld. To move on, she must confront the memories and emotions she buried during her life, and discover what her ending truly means. One of my favorite parts of the process is designing the characters, most of which are anthropomorphic animals. Davidas spends hours researching how each animal moves, so he can animate them properly. Even crabs, despite the fact that he absolutely hates them. Which is why I obviously
Well,
made
why
our
would you
first
hate
boss fight.
crabs?
I have no regrets. Everyone on the team is pouring so much love into this world, and we can't wait for people to experience it. Wishlist Veil's Echo on Steam and jump into Chapter 1 for free today, and the full journey begins in 2027.
Okay, we got about... Okay, I think we're nearly done with this this event. Then we'll go on to... Well, I'll let y'all decide what's the last one we watched. We're only going to have enough time for one more.
I'm Cornelia Borzyńska, creative director at Parkour Studio, here to show you Koszmar, The Last Ever. In Koszmar, you play as Violet, a lucid dreamer caught between two worlds consumed by mysterious sleeping plague, the walking city where people vanish into sleep, and the dream where nightmares wait.
This
In
looks
Alva,
cool.
Violet is careful, grounded, and investigative. The city requires her to observe, explore, and listen. Be prepared though. Sometimes curiosity leads to dreadful places. On her journey, she encounters nightmare rifts, which rift is tied up to a person consumed by the plague. To wake them, Violet must enter the rift and venture into the dream world. But there, rules change. Violet unlocks abilities and freedom that real world will never allow. She is no longer only investigating the plague, but she can fight.
Yeah, I'll add this to my list.
The deeper Violet
This
travels
looks
between
cool.
dreams and reality, the greater cost becomes. The cost is not abstract, it's real. Her actions and choices are transforming what she is, lost in the comfort of illusions, or a nightmare that nightmares fear. While you're still awake, wishes Koszmar, The Last Reverie on Steam.
Before we continue, a huge shout out to our sponsors. Gold Pack Goblins is your team of game industry veterans here to aid you in your game release quest with business, marketing, and strategy support. 2.5 Studios, an independent game development and publishing studio based in Australia that crafts immersive, story-rich visual novels and narrative games that take you on unforgettable journeys. And Quali, a leading game studio developing and publishing hyper-casual, hybrid casual, and casual mobile games, along with PC and console titles. Now we've had some fun, cozy vibes and emotional stories, so naturally next it's time to embrace the dark side and ruin everyone's sleep schedule even more. Let's take a closer look at some horror games that are ready to haunt your wish list.
Oh boy.
Hi, I'm Ying, lead creator of the tiny team behind Anxio, a third-person puzzle game that takes you on a journey of cosmic horror. I'm honored to be here today to give you a quick look at our game. Let's dive into it.
Anxio follows Ash, a tiny child figure navigating a world where beauty is varied. It's a labyrinth where time and space are non-Euclidean. To survive and uncover the story behind it,
Oh, so
you
you
must
really
use
are
Ash's
like
unique abilities
because you're
to
going
grab
to be
pieces of
house, but you're
information,
tiny.
solve puzzles, and escape
But
the
it's hard.
dangers. As a dual artist team, we've spent over a year handcrafting this world, while self-teaching ourselves to code. It's been a massive journey of learning, but I'm proud that we have not compromised our imagination for technical limits. We're still early on our journey, but we can't wait to hear results. Our first gameplay test starts today. Head over to our Steam page to request the key, and please don't forget to wishlist the game. Thank you, bye.
Okay, what's the next one? Yeah, I don't think either of those horror games looked interesting to me, personally. Oh, this looks like another, the computer is haunted game. This is like I've said this before in previous streams, but yeah, this is like, I've noticed I guess my monitoring of indie games on Steam to see what's coming out. I've noticed that there is like, this is another growing subgenre of indie games, is like these like old computer interface, but it's really haunted by something. I'm liking the look for this one. Yeah, so y'all probably knows I'm realizing in recent years that when it comes to video games, I'm probably kind of shallow, because because the first thing to grab my attention is a good visual style. Like of course if it looks like it plays good, that'll also grab me. But like if a game looks like really well animated and like has a really nice visual style,
Welcome to England, a
then
detective game where you
that
are
will
the
instantly
part
grab
of
my attention
My
to the
goal
game.
is to create very captivating, fantastic world you want to discover. I spent a year just searching for the final aesthetic. I draw the inspiration mainly from them. I made custom brushes and sets of rules for the art team so they can follow easily, and they did. Working closely with the game and narrative designers, we create and refine the cases. Every detail matters, in the atmosphere and in the gameplay itself.
The game focuses on the outside investigation. A cult is at work and you have to catch up on the ongoing events. Every character I make has to be memorable and somehow uneasy to look at. Characters reflect the situation in the world through their expressions or strange appearance. Characters are not talking directly to you, but they're the one giving you the letters. Through the game you can meet a variety of characters and follow their stories. I'm working closely with our animators who bring the characters to life. Together we finish the character design through its movement and expressions. See you later this year!
Oh, this game looks spooky. That's a spooky card game. Actually, no, that actually fits very well. If there's anything we've learned from Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0, is that card games can be very spooky.
Freedom. You can get us there. Through a trial. The Infernal Pilgrimage. Take the Void's gamble. Earn the souls that shall fuel our escape. I failed my own chance, but yours I won't squander. Take my light, Pilgrim. The path is dark.
Spooky. Next, Girls Make Games is an organization dedicated to inspiring the next generation of creators by teaching
I feel
girls how
like
to design and develop their
someone
own
could
games. The
take
next
like
games were created
I
by
feel like someone
talented
could
young
take
developers through their program, and we are so
or make a
incredibly
really
excited to share their
good
work with you today.
like a really interesting like card game, video game that kind of leans into the creepier side of Yu-Gi-Oh. Not like this innocent children's card game is secretly evil. Not like that, but actually just like plays the whole like fact that you're like Yu-Gi-Oh is like ancient people fighting wars with gods and monsters contained in cards. Like they can play that for like kind of the creepier aspect of it. Very different sort of platformer. This is like a very different sort of platformer. David Hart says, I mean Inscription, kind of. Slew says, the next card game I want is Balatro 2. The rest of them are dead to me. Spoken like a true Balatro player. All is Balatro to a Balatro player. Everything is Balatro. Anything that is not Balatro is secretly actually Balatro. Dave Parks says, Bed Star, Balatro.